got drunk at the Hilly. I can't PD and I can't find my Willie.
I'm just here for a little attention.
Yeah, I got severe hypertension. So why you trying to get to know a Higgy better?
Can't and whores, Bella's mom and Schmarietta.
I don't know, I'll give it a go. ATF's big show, I ain't no hoe.
I don't need a new man with the double D rack. Never mind, Higgy, your game is whack.
You're the whacker to my weed.
Your game is whack.
I'm not trying to hear that, see?
I'm not one of the girls trying to get locked down.
Prince Higgy, baby, Jameson crown.
I get down with the Hilly low comp ticket.
16 whiskeys is how I kick it.
And you get excited for a midnight snack. I already told you, your game is whack.
You're the whacker to my weed.
Your game is whack.
I'm not trying to hear that, see?
Your game is whack.
You're the whacker to my weed.
Your game is whack.
I'm not trying to hear that.
I like sleeping alone. This won't go all night. A little needy and strange.
It's true love at first sight. I'm the real deal. I do what I gotta do. From the rip, my whole heart's for you.
Your whole heart is not for me. Not a half, not a quarter, not a claw, not a re.
You know what's the problem? You're trouble and you're hot. I'm big, thick neck daddy Higgy. He's not.
I got a question, not to be rude. Are you queer? Cause you keep calling me dude.
Are you glad that you had walked me out? No self-doubt and you didn't cop out. No last words, I'll just mutter abide. Don't diss the caterpillar and sweat the butterfly.
All of them girls must have got you gas.
And when they see a good thing, they don't triple bypass.
Well, for this town, that's right on track. Cause for me, your game's too whack.
You're the whacker to my weed.
Your game is whack.
I'm not trying to hear that, see?
Game is whack.
You're the whacker to my weed.
Your game is whack.
I'm not trying to hear that. What am I? Another pretty face getting you a drink from my military base? All I gotta know is why did you use me?
You talking? Psh, excuse me.
We can't have nothing.
You wear depends.
Well, if we ain't getting married, then we can't be friends.
Well, then I guess it's nothing.
Well, hey, I think you're puffing.
Well, pass that weed.
I won't weed whack nothing. You better catch a flashback. Remember, you ain't tapping it. You ain't my style, and I'm not having it.
All I remember from that late night kiss is I'm more the mister, you're more the miss.
Well, look, I treat you good.
Treat yourself better.
And I always call my mom.
Write her a love letter.
I greet you every day with a martini at the door.
You won't last a year, you're overgrown bed sore.
Well, I'm known in this town, and now that's a piss.
I got no one to blame but myself and Melissa.
You didn't answer me, Karen. Am I a good kisser?
Don't remember, had a lot of Hennessy.
A lot of girls out there that won't say no.
The ones you take to your crib with 𝗫𝗄𝗄.
Boom, now all my feelings is getting fatter. All I want to do is drink booze and eat.
My name is Aidan Kearney, also known as Turtleboy.
He is a senior editor for Turtleboy Daily News.
I'm a big fan.
We've broken hundreds of stories that the mainstream media won't touch.
Some blogger in Massachusetts who's getting to the bottom of this better than anybody.
Why is it Turtleboy that is covering such important issues? Where is the rest of the media?
You do not say that you are going to take my baby out of revenge and make him a transgender baby.
Stop it.
Don't you want to ask some questions? I know you do.
I do. I know.
People don't like the things that I say and want me to stop saying them, but I won't. I'm never going to stop. These are the kind of stories that must be told.
And I will not be intimidated, I will not be silenced, and we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
Tick, tick, boom. Noise. Go baby, we bringing out toys. Boys, chop up a thing, it should be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out.
Disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets.
Karen Reed has supporters who've shown up in large numbers.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I don't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this. So it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's going quiet. We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets. About to go going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen this. An outpouring of support for someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer. Unbelievable situation. Never seen anything like it.
Tick, tick. tick, boom.
You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me?
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go 8 going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. It's go, 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 go time.
Tick, tick, boom.
Boom. What's up, turtle people? How's everyone out there doing tonight? Good? Good. Excellent. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 second. Just adjust. No, we don't want that. No, too much. Actually, I liked it the way it was. All right, that's good. Whatever. All right, guys. Welcome to the show, people. How's everybody doing? Hold on. Let's fix this. Make it just right. Don't blend in. Hold on. Hold on. Nope. No. Okay, 51. One more. One up. That's too much. All right, I like that. That works. All right, guys. So welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. We're back in action here. Back in action after taking the night off last night. It's like now that the trial's over, I guess we can go back to Tuesdays and Saturdays, But I mean, I thought about going live last night, but I had some things I wanted to talk about, but I'm like, you know what? I'll save it for tomorrow. We'll make it a good show tomorrow night. So I have a lot to say about that. But anyway, just wanted to welcome all the newcomers. If you're new here, my name is Aidan Kearney. I'm the host of this here show. I have a variety of nicknames you can call me. You can call me Turtleboy, Uncle Turtleboy. I prefer Dr. Turtleboy. It's my preferred pronoun of choice. So if you respect my pronouns, that'd be much appreciated. You can call me Daddy if you'd like. Some people call me that. It's fun. It's playful. It's provocative. But it can also be weird for some people, so it's not mandatory. You can call me Journalism Jesus. You can call me 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃𝗃 Kearney. That's my true crime name. I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. sharp. And make sure you smash that subscribe button. How many subs are we up to now? We're up to, let's hit the refresh. We're up to 152,735. Oh, snap. So there you go. We are moving up in the world. So, if you guys, I'm doing the circuit right now. I'm like interviewing everywhere on all sorts of shows. And I'm loving it. I'm having a great time talking to new people. I talk about the case so much and it just never gets old. Like I talk about, like, I can't tell you how many times I've been asked, so when did you start covering this story? Or how did you first find out about this story? I'm like, oh, here we go again. Yeah, we're selling this again. So, I don't know which one has been my favorite. They've all been great so far. A lot of great interviews. I've done, today I was on with Donna, don't call me Dana, Bowling. I thought we were going on TikTok, but we were on YouTube. So I got the TikTok turtles all fired up for nothing. So yeah, I was on there. We had a nice little, I got a couple rants in there about the O'Keefes and then the Reed team and why they should make as much money as possible. We'll talk about that tonight. Yeah, so we talked about that. And then, so she was today at 2:30. Earlier in the day, I was on Breitbart Radio with Matt Boyle. Then yesterday, it was a really good podcast with Ryan Grimm from Breaking Points, who I loved. He was great. He just sat there and asked me questions. And when somebody's like asking you questions and they don't really give a shit, they're not like listening. Like, no, he was listening to everything. You could just tell the guy was interested in everything that I was saying. And he does not have the same politics as me, which makes it cooler and more authentic. You know what I mean? And then it's like legit. Like they're not just, there because you agree on everything. Like he's got principles like free speech, First Amendment. That's really important stuff. We mainly talked about my case, not as much the Reed case. On Sunday night, an awesome 3-hour jam session with the Andrea Burkhart, and it was dope. And I had a great time, and I think everyone loved that. That was really educational. On Friday, I thought I had Rakita Law, Nick Rakita, and fuck you if you don't like it if I'm going on there. He's never done a goddamn thing to me, so I like him. Who I've done so many. The Whitlock. I'm drawing a blank. I'm like my brain. Oh, one of Joe Pags on Friday, a nationally syndicated talk radio show. It was great. Oh, and of course Rebecca Lavoie. I went on with her. New Hampshire Public Radio. You know, you take your pick. And does Turtleboy need a Turtleboy? Yeah, that was the question of the century right there. Such a good question. But I know I loved them all. I loved sitting down with all these people and just talking about the case and reliving it all. And that's kind of what I'm doing these days, is just riding the high. And I feel like I'm going to be riding the high, you know, for a while. So, especially now that there's no Koherberger case. That was going to be my next true crime thing. You know, I popped my cherry with Karen Reed, and I was going to, you know, now I was going to be the experienced veteran true crime guy with Koherberger. But I knew that motherfucker was guilty. I told, like, I was going to reserve judgment for the trial, but you know, dude pled guilty, and it's not like he pled guilty. Like they're going to be like, well, he's just doing that to save the chair. I'd rather get the chair than go to life in prison. No parole. No thanks. Like that dude is guilty as sin, clearly. And I mean, they just had him on everything. I mean, like, what can anybody explain to me what the Koherberger didn't do it argument was? Like, what was that? Like, they got this dude's cell phone pinging. He lives in another state. I know it's a border state, but it's a decent ride. He's like driving around there at that time. Cell phones pinging all in the neighborhood. They got his white Hyundai Elantra leaving the scene at a high rate of speed right at that time. They got eyewitness inside the house saying dude with bushy eyebrows, right? They got the DNA on the sheath that he left behind, you know, and the dude is like majoring in, like, he's like obsessed with, like, can I get away with murder? He's like one of these dudes. Like, what was the argument? What, like, can anybody tell me what the argument for not guilty was? Like, what was the argument? I mean, who did it? Okay, so so tell me what I got wrong. Tell me, I mean, I'm under the impression that I got all those right. Tell me. And okay, so let me talk about this too. And it, you know, I saw that the family members of the victims are pissed. They want death penalty, but controversial opinion, but really not so controversial. It doesn't matter what the family of the victims want. It's like that's not how criminal justice works. The defendant has rights, period. And the feelings of the victim's family do not trump the rights of the defendant. So, period. And honestly, like, the state of Idaho was spared a lot of money. Not that that matters, but on a trial, the outcome was predetermined. And even if he was given the death penalty, he was never going to get executed. Like, nobody ever gets executed anymore, unless you're in the deep South. Those are the only places that fry anyone anymore. Like, you're not getting executed. In the 30, 40 years from now, the death penalty would probably be gone completely. Like, let's be honest, the way it's going. And so, yeah, they were never going to kill him. So, you know, you tell me. Like, if anything, the family was spared all these, you know, appeals hearings, because they would have just, I mean, you get the death penalty, you get to appeal it 1,000,000 times. You never get closure when that happens, ever. Life without parole is exactly what it sounds like. No parole. So they don't have to go to any parole hearings. It's just done. That phase of their life is over, right? And, oh, well, they're not going to find out exactly what happened, right? I think they have a general idea. The guy walked into the house, right? I think he went to the 3rd floor first. He killed the 2 girls on the 3rd floor first. Gonzalez and Mogan, he killed them first. And then he walked downstairs to the 2nd floor. And that's when he killed Zayna and her 6'4" boyfriend killed them, which is, you know, it's interesting. He chose a house full of what he thought was a house full of girls. And then the other one on the second floor survived, and the one on the first floor survived, and they're texting back and forth. And everybody thinks that some people think it's shady. Dylan Mortensen and Funk, I think is the other one's name. And they were like, people were like, why didn't they call the cops? Because they're fucking, first of all, they never in their wildest dreams did they imagine their fucking housemates just got butchered to death. And also they're drunk and like immature, and, you know, they wake up at like 10:30. No, they didn't wake up at 10:30 because what they were like phone data was being used between them. I don't know. When you read their text messages, I think it's pretty clear that I mean, seriously, what is the argument for Koherberger is guilty? That's what I want to know. The DoorDash driver. Oh, the DoorDash driver saw him there. Oh, I didn't even know that too. There you go. More shit. You don't think he was alone? Then why isn't he giving names? He bought the knife with the credit card online. Did they find the knife? No DNA. You have bought into the sound bites from Lion Media. Okay, so this is the kind of shit. Don't ever fucking insult me like that, Dolly. Don't ever fucking insult me. You might have got this confused with the channel where defendants are always like innocent. This ain't it. This ain't it. And don't ever insult me by saying I fall for media sound bites. Okay? I follow evidence. I follow facts, just like I do in the Karen Reed case. Okay? And the fact of the matter is, right? And Paula, by the way, had an amazing tweet about this, Paula the juror. And we could bring that up in a minute. Actually, let's bring it up right now. Because people are like, I'm so sick of this thing that, oh, the free Karen Reed people, we're going to go to the Koherberger one and try to free him too. No, we're not. That's not what we're about. None of us have done, like, we're not, most of us, except for Dolly here, you know, are just, we follow the facts and we follow the evidence. And we believe Karen Reed is innocent because it was overwhelming evidence that, you know, she was innocent. Overwhelming evidence that she was innocent. So, what am I looking for here? Oh, hold on. I want to show you Paula's tweet. Because she responded to this, and it was a good one. And she says this. She goes, because somebody goes, not sure why Koherberger pled. They could have hoped another Paula was on the jury and told her the Domino's pizza delivery guy always carried a knife. That would be reasonable doubt to her. And Paula says, number one, I don't like Domino's. Too greasy. My evenly overweight body. Oh, stop it. Still health. Thanks God. I'm not fully familiar with every detail of the Idaho murders investigation. That said, if hypothetically the police had collected evidence without properly documenting it, if the video footage of his car had been altered while in the police station, if the autopsy showed there were no stab wounds, or if the knife recovered at the scene didn't contain any of the victim's DNA, then yes, that would certainly create reasonable doubt. There you go. Oh man, it's just so perfect. It's just so perfect the way she handled that. It's like, yes, it's been almost 2 weeks and she's still out here slaying trolls so I'm misinformed. So you first of all, you don't even use your real fucking name, Ghost. Why don't you use come debate me on this shit? Come explain this shit to me. Again, motherfucker pled guilty. Are you fucking serious? I'm misinformed. How the fuck can you stand by somebody who pleads guilty to murder? 4 murders. How the fuck do you plead guilty to 4 murders and you're innocent? Explain that to me. The fuck did he have to lose? He was never going to get the death penalty. Like, they're not executing him. He knows that. But he's just fucking guilty. That's why he fucking pled guilty. Period. No links to the victim. Who cares? You don't have to have links to the victims. You don't have to have motive. You don't have to. Period. I mean, I just don't understand why there is any push at all for Koherberger was innocent. Like, what was the argument there? I mean, the Ted Bundy is his idol shit. Talking about Google searches. We're talking about Google searches. Those are some incriminating Google searches. He said he went for a drive to look at the stars at that time of night, huh? Yeah, his third-party culprit was like the most ridiculous thing anymore. And all the other third parties submitted DNA, which they didn't do in the Kearney case. It's like, stop pretending this is like the same thing. It's not. He was, look at these idiots. So none of them used their real name. He was, apparently you don't have all the information. So fucking tell me the information instead of writing your retardation on my screen. Can you tell me something? Tell me why he's innocent. Please tell me why he's innocent. Do it. Do it. Tell me. I want to hear why he's innocent. Tell me. Make an argument. See, it wasn't an argument. Exactly. That's it. That's it right there. The argument is the defendant is always innocent to a certain type of people. And I'm not that person. I've never been that person. Karen Reed's innocent. That's why I stood by her. Period. Okay? Period. Anyway, back to this. Okay. All right. So anyway, yeah, if you guys want to have your messages read out loud to the class tonight, feel free to click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $ @UncleTurtleboy, and you can write whatever you want, and I will read the message out loud to the class as long as it's brief. Okay. A reasonably brief message. You know, you don't get to just take over the whole show. And I did criticize Will the other night on his show, not him. Just like, I fucking hate that shit. Like, Will was doing a good rant the other night on his program, his YouTube presentation. And I'm like watching it. And he's like in the middle of a really good thought. And then all of a sudden, I think it's a super chat. And then it's like the super chat comes up. It's like a $20 super chat from Sarah. And it's like, Will, I love you so much. Me and you are the best and whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I really like this show. It's like, homie, don't play that. You don't get to just interrupt, because that's making it all about you. There's thousands of people watching the show. And you're like, you know what I'm going to do? Interrupt it. Because I have money. So I'm just going to interrupt the fucking show and be like, here's me. And let's make it about fucking me. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. I do this. That's why I'm doing the super chats, the turtle chats, whatever. We have a whole time frame for them. I try to do them twice in a show. We do them like, I do my opening monologue, whatever, and then I do turtle chats for a while. We stimulate some conversation, and then we get to the content, and then we do more turtle chats at the end. Hate that shit when these people are like, oh, Will's on a roll right now. Will's saying something interesting. Everybody's listening to him. You know what I'm going to do? Make it all about me by writing a fucking super chat right now. Oh my God. I want to smack those people. Like, I would pay you $20 to stay off YouTube forever if you ever fucking interrupt somebody's flow like that. So in my opinion, Will is too big right now. Like that's the kind of shit you do when you have 300 live listeners. You know, every super chat's important. You want to respect it. Now he's got thousands of live listeners. He doesn't need to do that. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. He's too big now to have his show fucking interrupted by every single douchebag who wants to have their fucking thoughts read on the screen. You know what I mean? That's it. Yeah, it's called etsying. Like, it's like the same thing. It's basically the same thing. Like, let's find this way, you know, to make it all about me.
Swallow it. Don't bite my finger. Ooh, be nice. Ooh, close one.
Okay. That's a whole other story. We got to do more of that shit. Maybe we'll save some of that for the end. But I got the whole thing. Can we just watch this? I'm addicted to this. I saw this for the first time. I got to play this whole thing. It's like, okay, 50 seconds. Ready? Go.
No, it was called feeding the ducks. Well, it is. That's what we're doing right now. We're feeding ducks. Come here, duckies. Eat it. Eat it. Chew it. Swallow it. Don't bite my finger. Ooh, be nice. Ooh, close one. Feeding the ducks. You like that, ducky? Take it. Take it, duck. You like that, duck? We're best friends, duck. You want more? Don't be greedy. Feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. Who? Me? Feed the ducks?
I can't. That's the funniest shit I've ever. That's been stuck in my head all day. I'm like, oh, I'm making that a thing. I'm going to make that a button I can press, and I can just play Feeding the Ducks. Feeding the Ducks. That was from her show. She had a channel. I think she took it down. And we can get to that at the end. She did message me today. I woke up to an apology from Estey, and as it turns out, by the time I had woken up and read the apology, she had already screenshotted it and posted it. Her apology, which it's not an apology if you're doing it for likes. Like, I'm sorry. That's kind of the whole fucking point. Like, hello, missing the whole fucking point. So we can get to that a little bit later. Okay. But it's going to be stuck in. You can't unhear that. You can't. I'm telling you.
Swallow it. Don't bite my finger. Ooh, be nice. Ooh, close one.
I can't. Okay. All right. So anyway, why don't we start off? And by the way, so big announcement, obviously, that I announced yesterday on Twitter. If you didn't hear it already, Alan Jackson called me yesterday, and he's like, "What's up, Turtle Man?" And we had a talk, and he's like, "Look it, I really, basically like." He's going to come on here and say a lot of the things he said to me on the phone, but the summation of it all is we are eternally grateful for your amazing journalism in this and, exposing the corruption, supplementing our judicial activism, if you will, with your award-winning journalism. And I have not done any shows, and that's for a reason. And I want the first one I do, besides he did a little blurb with Howie, but like I want your show to be the first one to come on. Now, it's not going to be that long. He's not doing a whole Yannetti and 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏 thing where he stays for a couple hours. It's not going to happen, right? And he explained it to me. All right. So look at, Karen Reed has no money. All right. She lost her home. She lost her job. She hasn't worked in almost 4 years now. Right. Trying to rebuild her life. So she's like broke. Alan Jackson and the other attorneys have sacrificed significant amounts of money to defend Karen Reed. All right. They took a retainer, a one-time retainer. I believe it was around $200,000. And it might seem like a lot to you guys, but for a high-profile murder case, that is peanuts. And so, the whole bill on that, Alan Jackson could have been making a lot more money during this time, except he's, representing Saudi oil executives and whoever the fuck else, Harvey Weinstein or whoever, right? He could make a lot of money doing that. But instead he dedicated himself and his business, his livelihood to defending an innocent woman and basically not getting paid for it. So now they need to recoup that time because time is money. So Alan Jackson and them, obviously, they viewed this case as not only a morally and ethically justifiable, defense of an innocent woman, but they also likely view, and I don't want to speak for him, but I'm assuming they viewed this as an investment, right? Like, yeah, we are not going to get paid much for this. The payment comes after, that's when we get paid because we are going to acquit this woman. We are going to save her life. And then we're going to tell the story of it. And the story is what's worth money, right? People want to know the behind the scenes stuff. They want that premium stuff. They want that Turtle Club. They want the stuff that no one else is getting. That's what they want. And so if Alan Jackson goes on my show for 2 hours and I'm like, he's telling me all the secrets from behind the scenes about everything that happened, right? Well, then he's got nothing to sell, right? Then he's got nothing to like offer a book publisher or, whoever is interested in their story. Like that's how fucking business works. That's how marketing works, right? It's no hard feelings. But despite that all, he did make it clear that he wants to make time, to come on my show because he really, really appreciates it. So when I see all these fucking idiots on fucking TikTok, I swear to God, TikTok's going to be the death of me. I go like some of the dumbest people in the world are on fucking TikTok. They just don't get it. And unlike any other platform, they just don't get it. And I'm on there and they're like, oh, is Turtleboy like turning against, is Turtleboy mad that Kara Reed's team isn't coming on there? Oh yeah, he thinks, and then all these idiots are like, oh yeah, they're right for doing that. They shouldn't go on there because they're probably worried about witness intimidation charges and she has her civil suit and he shouldn't have done this for this and he blah 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 blah. No, motherfucker, they just want to make money. That's it. It's really just that complicated. Okay. It's not a matter of disrespect or they're worried about something that's going to happen to them. It's just fucking cold, hard cash. That's it. Welcome to grown-up world where money matters. These people have lost a lot of money doing this. Karen Reed has lost everything as a result of this. They have to recoup their money. Period. So that's it. It's just how it comes down to fucking money. Money. It's not that Karen Reed doesn't want to be associated with me. It's not that Karen Reed necessarily needs like a long break or anything like that. Their silence is valuable at this time. Period. Point blank. After they write the book and do their first big interview, right? That will make a lot of money for them. Then they can go on all these fucking shows all they want. Okay. We're going to ride the Karen Reed wave for a long time. We're not even close to done with this. People are like, what are you going to do next? But we're not done. Yeah, we acquitted Karen Reed, but there's a few. First, we got to free me. I got a whole bunch of charges we got to figure out. That's going to take a while. All right. And on top of that, we also have to figure out who killed John O'Keefe. And don't tell, and like, because the Norfolk County DA's office ain't going to do that. So we need a new district attorney, period. And right now, Dijon Mustard, Dejana, the one on, I just call it Dijon Mustard, the one on Mike's show, Young Jerks. She is, really starting to rev up her campaign, it looks like. And that's what we need to run against Michael Morrissey. That's what we need. When we are, that's our next thing, is getting Michael Morrissey out as district attorney. Because if Michael Morrissey's out as district attorney, then we can start cleaning up shop. Then we can start cleaning this mess up. That's what it's not going to fix. It's not getting fixed with Michael Morrissey at top. Because we got big problems still, man. Brian Tully still on the job. Bukkake still on the job. Thinks he did nothing wrong. Fanning covered up the murder of Sandra Birchmore. Still on the job. Nicholas Garino still on the job. All these douchebags are still out there and they're in charge of shit. We can't be having that. Right? So like we got work to do. And my hands are kind of tied. Like I can't be like the old days and go and solve this crime on my own, because every time I try to talk to these people, they just slap another witness intimidation charge on me. Like it used to be called journalism. Now you guys are allowed to, I'm not, but I think it's called the chilling effect, where a lot of you guys are, you've seen what happened to me and you're like, I don't need to do that. Like, I think I talked about this with Andrea. It's like, I can't afford to, I don't have the platform Turtleboy has to start a Give, Send, Go and raise all sorts of legal defense, I can't do that, you know? So, but I'm not, I think I've heard from some sources, don't ask me who, and they're not like Sean of the Gulf sources either. They're legitimate sources who are giving me context clues that the feds are still actively watching this. What they're doing, I don't know, but they're actively like, come on, especially now. They can't allow this cold. It can't be a cold case. You can't have a cold case of a murdered cop. Karen Reed is innocent. She's not just not guilty. She's innocent. All right. She didn't hit him with the car because he wasn't hit by a car, period. So you hear that and you're like, well, then somebody murdered him, right? And they're out there, man. Murderers walk amongst us. And Michael Easter is saying that the feds are still on it. And I forget the lady's name. She was on the Young Jerks with Bettero last night. I was listening to some of it. And Bettero said the funniest shit ever about Kof and Doofus. It was just the perfect explanation of her. I loved it. I could listen to it all day. But yeah. Anyway, so we'll see. Jody is her name. Jody, yeah, she was great. She was great. All right. Yeah, and the feds took 10 years with Adelson, too. That's a good point. And they knew she did it. They did the bump back in 2016. Like, they knew she did it way back then. And it took a while, man. I would not be resting easy if I was the McAlberts. I would not be. I ask people always ask me, are they going to get justice for John? Are the people who killed John O'Keefe going to get down? And I'm like, probably they're going to get away with it. Probably. But maybe not. Maybe not. Because I don't know, like they don't like unsolved murders, especially with a cop. It's a cop. It's like, we can say that shouldn't matter, but it kind of does. It kind of does. Like, especially it would be different if this was like an OJ situation where everyone's like, oh, well, come on. Obviously he did it and he just got away with it. Like, nobody thinks that with Karen Reed. Like, most people don't think that. Outside of the Norfolk County DA's office, they don't really think that. So, yeah, they have to know. They have to know something's up, and I don't know. But all right, cool. Anyway, yeah, there is DNA. That's a good point. Yeah, there is DNA on the knife sheath. Like, how do you explain that, douche? How do they explain that? Why is there a knife sheath in this apartment in a neighboring state? Why the fuck is it in there? And it's got his DNA on it. Explain that one to me. All right. Like, I could explain why John's DNA is on taillight. Like, there's an explanation for that. See what I'm saying? There's no explanation for the other shit. All right. Let me read some turtle chats. Okay, today is July 1st. Here we go. All right, Colleen sends, oh, Jesus Christ. My goodness gracious. Colleen sends $1,272 and says, born standout, 90s glow party, Turtleboy, half of red pink tickets donations. That's right. They had that big fundraiser down there. I thought it was in Middleborough, but they had a big party, like a 90s party, and they raised a bunch of money. And apparently that's the cut to my legal defense fund. I'll take it. I'll take it because I got bills to pay, and I really, really, really appreciate that. So you guys are the best. Thank you for not forgetting about your boy. You guys are the best. Thank you, Colleen. Mimi sends $50 and goes, Aidan, I had quite a few tears of joy when you posted about this coming Saturday night's interview with Alan. I'm really looking forward to hearing what he has to say, and I'm beyond happy for you. You deserve this. I'll be in California, hopefully watching with the Cali twins, Jen and Jess, I'm sending a few dollars for gas and coffee on your way to court. Sorry, I won't be here to make it, Karen. Yeah, no, believe me, it's cool. But January 7th is my next court date. So that's a week from yesterday. I look forward, 2 p.m. All are welcome. We are looking forward to this. And I can't wait to just get back in it. Now, don't expect any crazy fireworks. I'm not sure exactly what motions we are filing on that day, but you know, we're back at it now. We're back into it, and we're going to start tackling this case head on. Did I say January 7th? I meant to say July 7th. July 7th. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. All right. Next up, Cyber Chicken Boston sends $50 and says, fuck Estey. You know, I don't want to be mean. I don't like being mean to people, and I don't want to make it seem like a pylon or anything like that. But like every day, she's just showing me that she's not somebody I feel bad for, like at all. And I feel bad for people all the time. And I just can't. It's just the more I learn. I was on 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗍𝗵𝐵and's little Twitter Spaces yesterday, and man, we just had a jam session over it. You know, like it's not just what she did to 𝗵𝗏𝗄 that really pissed me off. It's like just using the Karen Reed thing to promote. It's just disgusting. I'm grossed out by it, man. It was just so obvious. We should have seen it coming from a mile away. Luckily, she didn't do much damage or anything like that. I don't think she's going to go full Natalie or anything. I mean, what's she going to do at this point? But it's like the message I got today, the apology, it was just so obvious what it was about. It was about like she's freaking out and she's like, oh crap, I'm a trial whore, basically, not like an actual whore. Like I use trials to get on TV. This is my identity at this point. And Karen's over, so I have to latch on to Aidan's now. And I don't want her there. Like I don't want people there that are there just for the social atmosphere of it all. Like I want people there who are outraged about what they're doing to the First Amendment in this county, and that can actually articulate it. And there's no fucking way she knows anything about it. Like she don't know anything about Karen's case. So no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. Next up, Jen McCabe's Crazy Eyes sends $10, goes, I had a feeling AJ would come through for you. He's a bold motherfucker like yourself. I can't wait to watch Saturday. Yes, it should be a great time. The No Neck Ho sends $10 and goes, will Mr. 𝗵𝗏𝗄 be gracing us with his presence on your July 7th hearing? Yes, he will. I think I speak for all of us when I say we are excited to see him in action. You have a great legal team behind you. You got this. Free the turtle. Well, thank you very much, and looking forward to seeing him there as well. Esther Reed Returns sends $5 and says, Esther's apology was faker than her face. Yikes. Did she apologize to Meredith, Deanna, Jen, Lauren, or Erica, whoever else she lied about? No, there was no apology to any of them because she doesn't need any of them. Like she apologized to me because I can get her things. Like I'm, you know what I mean? Influential. Like I can, like wants to be, she doesn't need to be cool with them. She needs to be cool with me in order to get attention. That's what she wants. It's all she fucking wants in life. Like she just needs to see a fucking shrink or something like that. This whole thing is very unhealthy. Like this cannot be any person's life that they just they throw their bra on stage at Johnny Depp and like kiss Johnny Depp and like post about it and stalk Jennifer Lawrence and what time she's getting off the airplane and hold a sign saying, get your COVID vaccine or you're killing grandma. Like I can't, like that can't be your whole fucking life. Like it's not, and it's like Eliza Blue. It is a little bit like Eliza Blue. Eliza Blue had that was a whole different thing. I mean, she was better at it. I mean, she grifted her way to Elon and Timcast, and you know, she was fucking really good at grifting. But you know, Estey's like a bootleg Eliza Blue, I guess. You know, so we'll see. All right, next up, Higgins Hangover sends $25 and goes, see you next Tuesday. Love you, Aidan And that word, show me where the words hurt you. Exactly. Deuce sends $10, goes, thanks, doctor, for taking it easy on my girl, Dana, or Donna. It's pronounced Donna. I wish taking an easy. What's taking it easy? It was a cool conversation. Wish I could make it July 7th to support you and see better in action, but I live in Philadelphia. Good luck and free Turtle Boy. Yeah. Yeah, I had a great time on there with her. She was a really good conversationalist, and she knew my case well. I like it when the host is prepared like that. She was really prepared, so I appreciated that very much. So, oh, she does look like Steven Tyler. I was like I'm like, that's who it looks like. Yes, it's Steven Tyler. Okay, cool. Jane sends $25 and goes, listen, Turtle, love your show, watching from Western Australia. Was that Perth? What's that, the city on the west? Jill Green is watching too. Free the doctor. Well, thank you very much. How many time zones they have in Australia? 3? Yeah, 3 time zones there. It's a big piece of land they got there. Not much in the middle. I was surprised that only 20 million people live in Australia, and like the big, like Sydney has 5 million. What's the other one? Melbourne has like 5 million. Then Canberra's got a couple million. That's over half the country. And there's Perth. It's like 75% of the country lives in like 4 places. And then there's like the rest of the fucking country. What is in the rest of the country? It can't be all kangaroos, right? And dingoes. Why? Like what is up with Australia and nobody moving? Like in America, people wanted to get out of cities, and that's why Kansas became a thing. Everybody wanted a farm and shit, and everybody, land. I can get land out here. In Australia, it appears as if everyone's like, oh, well, I'm in a city and I'm going to stay there because I don't want to get eaten by the Aborigines and the dingoes. I don't know. They're just not. The whole middle of the goddamn continent is just, they just don't go there. It's uninhabited. It's fucking weird. It weirds me out. Australia. I don't know. But anyway, back to this. Crystal sends $10, goes, theory, Higgins has immunity with the feds. Also, feds are watching and waiting to pounce. Thank you for your theory. Jane sends, I already read that one. Caesar sends $5 and goes, use your real name, ghost, you fuck. Exactly. Stephanie sends $10 and goes, thank you for all you do. My pleasure, Stephanie. Lisa sends $10 and goes, keep killing it, Unc. Always proud of you. A little for the defense fund. Free Turtle Boy. Thank you very much. Kyle V. my guy, hot dog water, sends $25 and goes, keep on keeping on. That is all. Hashtag free Aidan Kearney. And he spelled it right. Thank you very much. Sandra sends $100 and she says, I was watching Melanie Little earlier. She was streaming Brian Walsh's pretrial hearing about excluding evidence. Fanning, Bukaki, Garino, and all the other corrupt cops were on the stand getting killed by the defense lawyer. They are such pieces of shit. That's what everybody told me. And then I went to Melanie's stream and it was like 6 hours. And I'm like, I don't have 6 hours to spare, unfortunately. I don't know where to start. So, I'd like to see some of that. If you guys could tell me the good parts, maybe we could watch some of that. We'll see. All right, next up. Amy sends $5 and says, listen, Turtle, my aunt and I met you a few weeks ago when we came to the trial from Rhode Island and Connecticut to support Karen. You were so nice and we appreciated that. My pleasure. I always, how can I not be nice? You guys, I'm flattered. Like anytime I meet somebody who's like, can I take a picture with you? Of course you can. Of course what am I going to say? No, of course you can. Like I am so lucky to have people out there, complete strangers, who consider me worth, like somebody that like they'd like to take a picture with so they can show their friends, look who I got a picture with. Like that's so cool, right? That'll never get old to me. I love that shit. I love it. So I can never take enough pictures. Love it. So it says, thanks for all you do. Can you please say happy birthday to my Aunt Sandy? Happy birthday, Aunt Sandy. She's one of your biggest supporters. Fuck the vague victim. Fuck the McCabe's. And free Turtle Boy. We love you, Daddy. I love you too, Amy. You're too nice. Appreciate that. Linda sends $10, goes, "Hi, doctor. Do you think Jen and Kerry's texts with the DA's office will be released as part of the court record in Karen's case, or will we need to wait for your case to be done? Thanks for all you do. Love your work." So I think that one of the things that we're doing on Monday is filing a motion to unimpound all those messages, because there's no reason for any of those messages to be impounded at all. So that's one thing on our list, and hopefully we will get to that. All right, next up. Maggie sends $5 because went back on 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and she was always pro Karen Reed. She was never pro Karen Reed. In comments, she's claiming the defense ticked her, and that's why she's anti-Karen Reed. Yeah, she's just an idiot. Like, imagine ever being represented by that woman. She's just, let's just go on her TikTok and make fun of her for a minute. I love just crapping on 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 because she's such an idiot. And I got some more shows coming up. Speaking of more shows, so Thursday morning, let me make sure I have this right. I don't want to get the wrong time. Um, 8:30 a.m. I will be on Runkle on the Bailey. So I'm doing Runkle 8:30 a.m. on Thursday. That should be fun. On next week, I think Monday I agreed to. I forget. Don't hold me to that. Going on Bob Motta's Defense Diaries. So that should be good. I will go on anyone. I will whore myself out like this. I want to go on all the shows. I think Lawyer, and I have to, like, didn't he say after the trial? Maybe I think we're owed that. I think we're due that. So maybe him and I can do a discussion on that. That would be cool. What else? I also have another witness from the trial, okay, who will not be named until the day of. I'm not going to say. It's going to be a surprise. Another witness from the trial is going to be coming on my show next week. That's the plan, tentatively. Obviously, we got Action Jackson on Saturday night. So, we got a big lineup coming up. And I might have agreed to more. I can't even remember. All of them. So it's going to be good. No, it's not Deaver. Imagine that. Imagine I got Deaver. She just opened up and she's like, yo, actually, it wasn't a false memory. That shit was legit. It was fucking Higgy and 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 breaking tail light and shit. So there's that. Okay. Not going to say who the witness is, though. So hold off on that. It's Dr. 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Just kidding. Okay. But I mean, I have a confession. I spoke to Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 on the phone. I called her. It was a week ago. I called her and because I just had a number and I called up Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 because she is my favorite. I get like a twinkle in my eye whenever I mention her because she's the best witness ever. And I get like excited talking about her. And I fucking love her. I just love what she did to Hank. Oh, I could watch it over and over again. So I just called her and I'm like, yes, is Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 there? And she's like, no, she's not here right now. Can I take a message? And I'm like, I had one of those JFK moments. Like, is this Higgins? I go, oh yeah, this is Aidan Kearney. She knows me as Turtleboy, Dr. Turtleboy. I actually met her at the courthouse. And I'm pretty sure it's you. And she's like, yes. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry. She didn't want to say it was her at first because she doesn't know. I mean, she's at the center of a high profile murder trial. And we had a nice little discussion. I kind of fangirled her a little bit. I invited her on my program. She said she'd consider it and, to get back to her in a couple weeks. I doubt it's going to happen. I really doubt it. It just seems like a long shot to get somebody as awesome. Like it's like a dream come true if I get Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Oh my God. If I got her on my show, it's like, that's better than Karen Reed. I'm like, there's no one I want more on my show than Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So that would be fucking awesome. awesome. 2 doctors going at it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But you know, I just start calling people. So anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Let's go on to the next thing. Jennifer sends $25 and goes, please tell me that the big announcement you're going to make is that you're going on the Joe Rogan podcast. It is not the Joe Rogan podcast. It is something else. It is something else. And we will see what that is. So stay tuned for that. And also, you know, I might be bringing a special guest with me when I do this. Let's just put it that way. A special guest might be coming with me. Oh, note my objection. We were going to make fun of her. Yeah, let's go look at her real quick.
The most important thing to remember is why we're here today. And that's because John O'Keefe lost his life in the early morning hours of January.
This is our.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been here.
So note my objection. Did a Catherine Loftus? She did a closing statement for Karen Reed is guilty and Karen Reed's not guilty. And I remember Estey got so mad about this, and she shared it, and she's like, "Oh, you know," she was like outraged about it, and I'm like, "Oh, cringe," because I knew that she did both. You know, she was just kind of doing devil's advocate, and you know. What Brian Jr.'s frozen donuts. Calm down, sir. Calm down. She doesn't have any. Okay. She doesn't have any. Give her a break. Don't sexualize her. Okay. That's not going to happen on this show.
Why we're here today.
All right. So,
ladies and gentlemen, we have been here since before April, and I will. 𝗪cie Fitzsimmons is a 28-year-old police officer.
Okay. I have to look into that North Andover story too. That's crazy with the police.
I just pulled into my driveway, and I'm just thinking about how music is like literally my religion. Like, yes, I'm an Irish Catholic kid from Southie, and like I go to Sunday Mass and I get communion, and I believe in God, but like I'm not religious as in like I don't believe in like scripture. I don't believe like one religion is correct over the other. I think we're just like all praying to a God. And so I think as long as you have faith in something, that's what you need, right? And then you need, you know, works. Faith without works is also.
Who can listen to this person?
Are you watching the Guild?
Okay.
So the shortest version, because I'm not interested in giving the long version now, is there are a lot of things that have to be understood before you can maybe understand my perspective. One is
this is her explaining why Karen Reed's guilty. Okay, let's hear this. So it says, as to my thoughts, here is the short story as to why I believe Karen Reed is guilty. Legally, the jury has spoken. Okay, let's hear this. Let's hear this.
A legal analysis, right? And I certainly thought in the first trial that there was a high chance of a not guilty. In the second trial, I thought it was likely to be a mistrial and a not guilty on some of the charges. But I also could have seen a world in which she was found guilty. Now, those are legal analysis.
Wait, did she really try to get Dave Portnoy's attention and try to get, is this real? She really tried to get hired at Barstool as a law tuber? No, she didn't. You know, she'll never be like a real attorney. Like, no, anyone in trouble would fucking just pull a Koherberger if they hired her and just plea out. Like, you have no shot if you have this woman as your attorney. Like, none. She thinks Karen Reed's guilty, apparently. So that right there, just disqualifying immediately. But is this true? I would love to see this. That is so cringe, like you said. Exactly. That is so something she would do. Let's see what happens.
I also have a personal opinion based on not only what was presented in court, but other things that I observed as an attorney outside of court, the things that aren't admissible, which is why it's not proper to blend the two, right? And I think that it seems there is a real disconnect with understanding maybe how attorneys work. I mean, as a criminal defense attorney,
oh God,
you know that there are a good amount of your clients that are guilty to some degree, right?
Just talk.
My job is not to get people to prove somebody's innocence. My job is to make sure that the Commonwealth is held to their burden, right?
What?
Beyond a reasonable doubt. And does that mean that I believe if that person is found not guilty or that person gets off, that means they're innocent? No. Does that mean that I morally am okay with something that they might have done? No. Am I okay with guilty?
Okay, so we're 2 minutes into this. She said fucking nothing, but go ahead.
People getting off because the government doesn't prove their case? Yes, I am. Do I believe that people who do bad things should be held responsible? Yes, I do. So like lots of things can exist at the same time. I believe that Karen Read is guilty. I believe that she hit John O'Keefe because I weigh the evidence probably in a different manner than others do. I credit the physical evidence more than anything else.
The
if
physical evidence.
Follow me for a long time.
The physical evidence, like the physics, the 4 doctors who said that John O'Keefe wasn't hit by a car, those doctors, or is it the taillight that wasn't there at 7 a.m.? Is it that physical evidence you're talking about? Imagine being this retarded. Like, imagine being this fucking stupid and being an attorney. You literally, I mean, just listen to her talk and you're like, dude, this is why she wants to get a job at Barstool, because she'll never be a real lawyer.
That I've been like hyper fixated on the physical evidence, because if you don't believe it's planted, then it's the reason why it's the reason why it had to be planted, because
the
physical evidence points in a direct line at her. So if you think about it this way, that if you don't believe it's okay, so if you don't believe it's planted, which I do not, and I do not because of
why?
The impossibility of the timeline that would need to have
the impossibility of the timeline. What the fuck are you talking about? Did you sleep through the trial? Sallyport garage shows the car getting there. 5:35. Man, Proctor immediately goes to the taillight within a minute. Unknown male seen leaving the taillight where Proctor is after a 20-second gap at 5:36. Leaves. Lieutenant O'Hara's testimony. 5:21. CERT team search begins. Grid search. Don't find anything. Okay. 5:41. 5 minutes after the ghost of the Canton Sallyport leaves, unknown male standing next to Proctor by the taillight, right? That is when taillight suddenly appears. Who found the taillight? Who's the person? O'Hara doesn't know, because he said that 3 or 4 unknown men who appeared to be from the Canton Police Department and thus would have access to the Canton Police Sallyport garage just showed up. He doesn't know which one of them found the taillight. Whoever found the taillight never testified. But besides that, there's no timeline. Good comment, dipshit. She doesn't mention that for 2 years, the official police report from Michael Proctor said that the car was towed from Dighton at 5:30, which, if so, that would not align with the timeline. Michael Proctor lied. Ask her why he did that. Why did Michael Proctor lie about what time he towed the car from Karen Read's house? Why?
In order for it to be planted. So if you credit the physical evidence on scene, right? So like you have to credit that physical evidence in order to get where I am. Then you have the taillight pieces that are found on the 29th. You have the hat. You have the
who cares?
Straw.
Oh, the straw. Imagine thinking the fucking straw meant anything. Imagine being that retarded. They're like, bro, there's a fucking straw. I guess she fucking hit him with a car because no one else can put a fucking straw there. Oh my God. I cannot believe this person can vote and drive a car and feed herself. A straw? Pardon? What is wrong with this person? How does anyone get this stupid? How do you get this fucking stupid? Seriously. Anyway.
The shoe buttressed up against the curb under 2 feet of snow. And you have the microscopic taillight pieces in his sweater.
Yeah, that they didn't find until 18 months afterwards. That was just lying around in the possession of Michael Proctor, who has been fired. for being a corrupt cop. Fired. Who lies about everything? Fired. He found it. And why didn't they find taillight when the Kearney Police Department searched? Oh, right. Wasn't there. Why did the biggest piece of taillight, the 𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃 motherfucker, get found on February 18th by who? Michael Proctor. Why? Why didn't they find that one earlier? That was the biggest fucking one. How did they not find that? Imagine me in this level retarded. I would fucking, this woman was kissing my ass early on, sending me messages about how great my reporting was and groundbreaking stuff and blah, blah, blah. She clearly knows it. She's just another plebeian that was like, oh, wait, I have to take the opposite position of Turtleboy. I have to, because I don't think it could have been planted.
So those are the physical pieces of evidence. I understand that other people evaluate it and say, well, the doctors say this, or the experts say this. I get that. I do not weigh opinion evidence as heavily as you might.
Yeah, because you, just because you talk like this does not make you a smart fucking person. You're fucking retarded, okay? Multiple people with PhDs. It's not their fucking opinion. It's a fact. It's a scientific fact that your arm would not look like that if it was hit by a car. That's a fact, not an opinion. But she doesn't weigh facts. She doesn't do facts. She likes feelings. She's big into feelings, not so much facts. Oh my God.
I weigh physical evidence more than opinion evidence, because ultimately opinion evidence in the legal world, you can find, I mean, you can find an opinion for whatever you want to argue in court. Like, that's the reality. So sort of this like underbelly that like people don't want to say. I'm not saying that every expert opinion is wrong or it's not right, but I'm saying that there is always, if like as a defense attorney, as the, like there's experts who are consistently, like the Commonwealth knows, like they're going to testify. If we hire this person, they'll testify in the way we want them to.
Oh, right, right. Except the ARCA experts were hired by the FBI, dipshit. You know that, right? You fucking know that. They were hired by the fucking FBI. And Dr. 𝗲𝗵𝗧 is not going to testify the way that they want her to. She's going to look at it and be like, there's no 𝗺𝗎𝗄𝗎 whatever things on there, so we didn't have hypothermia, period. Dr. 𝗺cie_𝗵𝗍 seemed to agree with that. There's no 𝗺𝗎𝗄𝗎s on it. Done.
And the defense knows if we hire these people, they'll testify in the way that we want to. I'm not saying that their opinion is not their opinion, but ultimately an opinion is just that. It's not fact. It's the way somebody interprets a set of events. So you look at like two different doctors, two different medical examiners. You look at two different biomedical.
No, there was like 4 or 5 doctors, and they all said the same fucking thing. Every single one of them said the same fucking thing. Every legitimate crash reconstructionist said the same thing. Judd Welch's entire $400,000 test was him painting himself fucking blue.
Mechanical engineers. One says this happened, one says that happened. So what do I do? Personally, this is just me. I don't weigh them as much as everybody else does. So then I go to like, okay, what do we have? What can I look at that is what it is? And to me, that's her behavior, her statements, and the physical evidence. I don't think of it as a complicated thing. I think
her behavior. Her behavior is what matters. Her statements, which when we really want to get into the fucking statements that never fucking happened, that are disputed by every police report and contradicted by the goddamn the dash cam videos. You want to talk about statements? You want to talk about behavior? You want to talk about the fact that her behavior perfectly aligns with a woman who's going through trauma? You want to talk about that? Okay, cool. But you figured it out, TikTok lady.
I think that like 80% of what people focus on are red herrings. They send you the other way. They distract, which is what the goal is of a defense team, is to poke. So like, I mean, they absolutely did their job, but none of it convinced me that anybody was responsible for his death but her. And there were multiple other things that happened like along the way, because when I first started covering the case, I mean, I will say I feel a little foolish that I like so wholeheartedly like just took what the defense was saying in the beginning on like a good faith basis.
Oh,
like,
right, because they were lying.
Beginning, when we started covering the case, it was mostly defense violence, and they were presenting everything as if it was fact. As
it was.
So they're like,
it was.
They're
what? Here's a fact. They got rid of the family dog. Here's a fact. John got bit by dogs. A dog. It's got dog bites on him. It's a fucking fact. It's an undeniable fact. Multiple doctors testified to it. Here's a fact. Jennifer McCabe Googled how long to die cold at 2:27, and then she deleted it. The only one of 4,500 Google searches that she deleted. That's a fact. It just is. She deleted all her calls that day. They didn't delete themselves. Your calls don't delete themselves. I don't care what some fucking, some white wannabe Muslim fucking chick who loves talking about cheeseburgers says, right? She Googled that at 2:27 and deleted everything, period. She did. It's a fact.
Their perspective of the evidence. And, I do feel like I got caught up like in the sensationalism of it. And there were a couple things that happened like probably in the summer of 2023-ish. And and then the Nightline interview that sort of made me go like, okay, wait a second. You need to take a step back.
The Nightline interview?
Maybe you're not evaluating things as objectively as you think you are.
I can't even listen to this person.
Did you watch Ties yet?
She's just too fucking stupid. I can't do it. I'm in pain. Literal pain listening to that. It's just painful. What a fucking idiot. Anyway, back to the Turtle Jets. All right, where were we at? Okay, let's see. Refresh this. Oh, the stupid song is stuck in my head now. Dun, 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 dun. Feeding the ducks. Feeding the ducks. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Asser and Fish sends $20, goes, the Walsh case has been fucked up royally by state police. Not sure if you saw any of it. Basically, the state police went through his phone for location data and Google searches, but only had a warrant for texts with the victim. Like all of the evidence the state police got was illegally obtained. Oh, Melanie said it could all not be allowed. The troopers involved, Proctor, Garino, Buchanan, Fanning. This case might well be destroyed. I would think the feds are interested in this too. Honestly, at this point, I'm rooting for Brian Walsh. I don't give a fuck. Like he's he probably murdered Anna Walsh, but like a lesson needs to be learned to these fucking state police that your job fucking matters. You can't just be doing whatever the fuck you want. If that requires guilty people like Brian Walsh walking free, then so be it. I'm sorry. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Right? You have a right to a fair trial. Defendants have rights too. Cops need to do their job properly, period. And when they don't do their job properly, I root for the defendant, period. Do your fucking job properly, period. OJ did it, but Mark Furman probably planted that glove. Okay? And that's what Karen Reed was saying by defense of OJ, which was not a good idea. It's never a good idea to compare yourself to OJ while you're on trial for murder. But it's like, I'm sorry, but a lesson needs to be taught here to police that if you don't do your job properly, guilty defendants are going to walk free. Okay. So do your fucking job properly. And if you let if you let somebody like Brian Walsh go free, then you're fired. Like you're fired. Like that is beyond incompetence. You let a murderer go free. You can't have that shit. Period. All right, next. Jennifer sends. Oh, no, I already read the one. Ryan from Lynn sends $10. Goes, how bad do you think Tristan Morris already hates his life? Oh, he's probably hated it for a while, I'm guessing. But apparently they had 2 signature drinks at their wedding. And one was for whatchamacallit. One was for a Karen Reed is guilty. And then the other one is Chloe the dog, it appears. A signature drink. They put a goddamn German Shepherd, a Jack's, and Coke. Jack Daniels and Tennessee whiskey. Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey mixed with Coca-Cola served over ice. That's your specialty drink? Is Coke and whiskey? That's it? That doesn't sound like, first of all, it doesn't sound very special at all. It sounds like a white trash wedding. That's what they have there. A white trash wedding. So, yeah. Fuck them. Okay. Next up. Yeah, I'm supposed to. I wonder if Higgins was there. Are they back together? We'll see. Jessica from Florida sends $33. Goes, Dr. Turtle, will you give a shout out to longtime turtle rider Lisa in Kansas City? She's a big day tomorrow and could use your good turtle vibes. Good luck, Lisa. Yes. Shout out to Lisa from Kansas City. Sorry about the Super Bowl. Better luck next year. Thomas sends $10. Goes, the only one that's getting lost in all this is baby Clay. You cunt. It's true. Baby Clay's first birthday is coming up, actually, who is set to be born on the 4th of July, 2024. He was the most American kid there ever was. And, he survived 2 abortions, but he couldn't survive the 3rd. And he was murdered in front of my eyes. Just let him out in the toilet. That's how he went out. It was just so R.I.P. Clay. You were going to be the first. Oh, we had such high hopes for you, Clay. Clay was going to be an astronaut. That's what he wanted to be, at least. He was already reading at a 3rd trimester reading level. He could do anything. He had the, he cut his own umbilical cord. He did it himself because he wanted to be self-sufficient. And we're going to miss him. We're going to miss him dearly. I think about him a lot. So we miss you, Clay. And, we love you and we hope you're watching down over us. Okay. Love you, boy. All right. Next up. Ansley sends $5 and goes, hey, Turtle Boy, love you. Your new friend, Ansley. Can you please give your thoughts on Caitlin Albert's wedding and the possible Chloe drink and the Karen Reed's guilty sentence? Well, I think I just did, Ansley. So hopefully that answers your question. But thank you and welcome to the program. Estey the bestie sends $10. Goes, can you talk about Sarah Levinson rumors? Is it true she took a mental health leave shortly after John O'Keefe's death? Is she really in a relationship with Deaver? First time I'm hearing that. Do you think they tried to perform life-saving efforts on John O'Keefe? I mean, she would be the person to try to do it, right? She's a nurse. I could picture that. Sarah Levinson knows what happened to John O'Keefe. Period. End of story. So thank you very much, Estey the bestie. 47, but besides that, I don't know about rumors. Is Diva really a leslie? That's kind of cool. That's the coolest thing I've heard about her, if it's true. And it wouldn't surprise me in the least. So anyway, next up. 47 pieces of taillight sends $10. Goes, listen, Turtle, I love you. Keep fighting the good fight. Hashtag good trouble. Well, thank you. Megan sends $25. Goes, I wish I had more to send. What can we all do to spread the word? Links to donate, change.org petition. Imagine being tried for journalism. What the fuck? Mad love, you the homie. Yeah, you can just, I appreciate that. And every little bit counts. So thank you so much. And, $25 is not a small amount. I appreciate that, Megan. But if you want, share the Give Send Go. The Give Send Goes. I think I had a $200,000 goal on there, but it's a lot more than $200,000 that this whole thing costs. So thank you very much. All right. Jacqueline sends $10. Goes, I used to cringe at the word until I was given the nickname cunt cakes, a term of endearment. It's true. It is a term of endearment. $5 here from Maggie and says, nope, my objection was pro Karen Reed back in 2023 when I went all the way back on her TikTok. She has videos about it and says in the comments the defense tricked her with lies. She is the worst. Imagine that. Imagine you're like, I got tricked by defense lies. Like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You just didn't want to be on the same team as Turtleboy. That's all it comes down to. All right, next up. Lee from Dedham sends $10, goes, a little ironic. Their main address is Deer End Road. Also, Limeys and Norwood threw the McAlberts out of their bar, calling them cop killers. Are they charged with witness intimidation? Did they really throw them out? Is that confirmed? Because that's pretty awesome if they did. And I love Limeys. Nicole sends $10, goes, hi, Daddy. Did you see Melanie's stream about the wall shearing? Fanning and Bukkake clearly haven't learned from the Reed case. My only question about that is why it's not in Norfolk Superior Court. That appears to be in Middlesex Superior Court, which is in Woburn. So I don't know why it's there. Does anyone know why it's there? Why it's not in Norfolk Superior Court? Does anybody know? Anyway, let me know. That was confidential. Let me see if the chat knows. Because they took off Bev and put another judge on. That doesn't make any sense because there are judges in Middlesex Superior Court. The judge sits there now, so what? Isn't that a change of venue? They brought in an outside judge. They have outside judges in Norfolk Superior. There's more than just Aunt Bev at Norfolk Superior Court. So it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, everybody's saying the judge. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. She took the place of Bev. Again, guys, they took a judge from Plymouth. There's tons of judges in Norfolk Superior Court. I don't have Auntie Bev as a judge. I have a whole different judge. I've had a bunch of judges. There's like lots of judges in Norfolk Superior Court. So why is it in Middlesex? Anyone know the answer to that? Because your answer makes no sense. If it's the judge, that is not an answer that makes any sense. I need an answer that makes sense. Does anyone have an answer to that? Because I haven't seen one. Okay. Next up. And don't say that's where the charges were filed either, because Cohasset is in Norfolk County. Okay? Middlesex County is not Cohasset. Not even close. Actually, Plymouth County is the next closest county after that. I don't know. But okay. Alessi and Yannetti backed you up on Boston and NBC 10 today. I got to see that. Is Can't Confidential? I'd like to see what they have to say. They backed me up. That's cool. Okay, next up. All right, next up. And then she says they're both idiots and need to be fired. Fanning and Bukkake, why are they allowed to write reports days after their hearing? How can we petition them to get fired? You can't. You know, like you can't. Like the only thing you can do is protest. And they've taken that away from us. Like that's what's so fucked up about what's happened to me. Like our only recourse to these tyrants is to protest them at their homes and are at their kids' soccer games and make them feel uncomfortable and shit. But they don't let us do that anymore. They call it witness intimidation. That's why it's so fucked up. It's like we have no recourse. And like the only thing you can do when you have no recourse is take to the streets and protest and make your voices heard. And they're like, no, you go to jail when you do that now. So you can't do that. Anyway. She goes, anyways, so excited that you're getting the story out there, your story out there with all these interviews. Now show us the Intimidator. We stand behind you always. I'm going to keep the Intimidator in my pants for now. But you know, maybe on a different, we'll have the Turtleboy OnlyFans stream, maybe, or Sex Cult. I don't know. We'll see. Stephanie sends $10, goes, as an alcoholic, 3.5 years in recovery with the JD, who is also Meredith's cheer captain in high school. Always loved her. I've now become addicted to you and Melanie Little and Emily D. Baker. No question, but want to show support in hoping either Melanie Little or Emily D. Baker covers your trial. Well, hopefully I don't have a trial, but I'm sure that Melanie Little will no doubt cover that because she's a great person and a big supporter of yours truly and justice in general. So I have no doubt that she would cover that if it came to that. Also a single mom of 4, only a parent to 3, so have to work or would be there in person. Free Turtle Boy. Well, thank you very much, Stephanie from Milton. I appreciate that. Okay. Leslie sends $25 because Levinson and Nagel are not attractive. Is that all the Albert boy could get on his birthday? I hate to break this to you, Leslie, but I don't think he's into attractive women or any women for that matter. So thank you. Ansley sends $5, goes, hey, TB, Ansley again. Is it true Brian Albert's old boss wouldn't take him back? No, he retired. Love you so much. It's been a red wine kind of night. Now he retired. So there's that. Lee sends $5, goes, their new address in Maine is Dead End Street, not Deer End. How ironic. That is ironic. Jade sends $10, goes, hey, Dr. Daddy, Bukkake had all the attorney emails spelling out the search specifics Walsh consented to and decided to blatantly ignore everything. His arrogance is unmatched. Yeah, it really is. Diane sends $20, goes, Rat House Media and Danny Thomas on YouTube sent me. Chat rats support Turtle Boy in the First Amendment. Well, thank you to Rat House Media and Danny Thomas, whatever that is. Keep up the good work, and thank you for sending people over here. So that's great. Okay, let me read some Cash Apps here, and then we'll get started with the topic of the night. Okay. All right. Jill Daniels sends $10 and goes, is my sister, Jim Daniels, sorry, Jim Daniels, not Jill, sends $10 and goes, is my sister Jill still sleeping with Brian Albert? I forgot she banged Brian Albert. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, she did, right? I think she did. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, Jill Daniels is like what you settle for after a rough night at the hillside. You know, if you're just having a towny night where you're like, oh, what are you going to do tonight? I'll go to the hillside. Probably go to the hillside. Oh, what are you going to do after that? Probably call up Jill Daniels, bang her out real quick. Yeah, okay. So it's just your average Tuesday, I guess. You know, we'll see. All right, Liznay sends $5 and goes, Canton police should hire Proctor to protect and serve. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. There's low comps there. That's true. Low comps. So Jill, she's the pick of the litter at the hillside, isn't she? EMC sends $10, goes, 38 scratches, 9 holes. Note my objection is a twat. So, exactly. She has no explanation for that. She doesn't like stuff like that. She likes Nightline interviews. Yeah. Nicole sends $5 and goes, the drink was for Tristan's dog Jackson, not Chloe. Oh, right. Sure. But either way, the fact that they'd even have a German Shepherd of all animals, like on a drink special at his, it's just so classic McAlbert. Alma sends $25 and goes, I loved you on Andrea. She really respects you, and it says a lot. Well, I really respect her. So thank you, Alma. It was a great time going on there. I like to go on these shows, and these people can really get a, flavor of who I really am, and I think a lot of people leave these shows. And I think me doing all these shows is really repairing my image, because I'm a very different person when I go on other people's shows. Like on my show, I get a little nasty on here, because no one's here to control me. So I say offensive words, and I do rants, and I'm on whatever. But like, I was pretty prim and proper on Andrea's program and, Ryan Grimm's. So, and it's just it's a more professional side of me that you see when I do these interviews, and a lot of people dig it. And a lot of people are like, oh, I've never seen this side of Dr. Turtleboy. I've never seen this side of him. This guy's this guy's actually legit. He's actually not stupid. And let's be honest, like, I know the case like the back of my hand. Like, I know I know the back of my hand real well. Right. So, I can just spit out facts like crazy. I could just, when I go on a rant, it's like, I got that, Okay. Jessica sends $10 and says, Jessica's the one that organized that 90s party. And she says, Born raised $9,033 and hundreds of donos for vets. I think you mean veteran. That's short for veterans, I'm guessing. So that's amazing. So thank you very much, Jessica, for organizing that. Mama She spends $50 and says, listen, Dr. Daddy, it is your turn to be freed. It is my turn. It's my turn. You're right. Beverly sends $50, goes, no stupid questions tonight. You got that right, Beverly. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lorena sends $10, goes, thank you, Nanette, for bringing Hot Wheels to court. Well, you're not. I saw you walking the other day, Lorena. I don't know if we can. If you're gonna have to get a new nickname if you're walking around like that, you know. So thank you very much. Sharon sends $50 and goes, thanks for always keeping it real. Free Turtleboy. Well, thank you very much, Sharon. Thomas sends $10 and goes, Fuffy Cat says, let's free Turtleboy and protect journalism. Agreed. Melissa sends $5, goes, framed comes after a crime. Setup is premeditated. Okay, thanks, Melissa. Carly sends $15, goes, I just wanted to show some support. Love, free Turtleboy. Well, thank you very much, Carly. Support is graciously appreciated. Laura sends $20 and says, CashApp Patel because fuck YouTube's rake. No, I don't do, we don't do super chats. I built turtle chats. So it's actually my rake. So you don't have to worry about that on there. So thank you very much, Laura. Melissa sends $5 and goes, Karen was framed. Sometimes people are set up. Yes, they are. Sarah sends $50 and goes, just to interrupt the stream for the love of Turtleboy. No, it's not interrupting the stream if I set aside time to do these, you know, so thank you. Erin sends $19.81. Year I was born. And she says, listen, Turtle, I'm so proud of you. That is all. Well, thank you, Erin. I'm proud of you too. So thank you. Okay, cool. All right. And Emmy earlier sent $10 and says the Aidan Timothy Kearney Cannabis Fund. That will be put to good use, I assure you. Okie dokie. All right. So what I wanted to talk about first tonight is the McAlberts apparently issued some sort of press release. I don't know if this counts as a press release, but I just want to read it. I definitely think this came from whatchamacallit, from Jennifer McCabe. So let me read this. All right. So they issued like a press release. And let me put it up on bigger words. Give me 1 second. Come on. All right. So it says for immediate release, as if like, and now keep in mind, I don't think any major media outlets has published this. So they might want to like, contact an actual media outlet before releasing a press release, because you're doing it wrong. You can't just post it on Twitter and hope the trolls retweet it. That's not a press release. That's how I know this is probably just written by Jen McCabe. And so it says, from the administrators of the official Justice for John O'Keefe website. And when you click on that link, which is Justice for John O'Keefe, okay, you get this. All right. Okay, cool. And so here's their press release on their website. Cool. All right. And the problem, we'll go over their website in a minute, but let's just read the press release. So it says, statement on the Norfolk County DAs and the ongoing failure to protect victims and witnesses. So shots fired at the Norfolk County, at Michael Morrissey for not doing enough to protect the witnesses. We speak out today, not only for the family and friends of John O'Keefe, but for every person who has ever made the brave choice to cooperate with law enforcement in pursuit of justice and paid the price for doing so. What price did any of these people pay? Seriously. Nobody got hurt. Nobody had their property damaged. Nothing. It's just online criticism of their extremely shady behavior. That's it. John O'Keefe, they're hiding behind John, was a beloved son, brother, and friend. For over 3 years, his family and loved ones, including Jennifer McCabe, the first person listed. The first person listed. Jennifer McCabe. Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, and Kerry Roberts. What? Higgins? Placed their faith in our legal system. They came forward immediately. What? They came forward immediately? They were questioned together in groups at Jennifer McCabe's house hours after John O'Keefe's body was discovered, after they had already determined that Karen Reed did this alone. Okay. Kerry also lied and admitted that she lied at the grand jury. But yes, very truthful. They offered, now how about this one? They offered their phones, their records, and their lives to scrutiny. They offered their phones? I recall a Rule 17 motion for Brian Albert's phone that the Commonwealth fought vigorously and won. They didn't get Brian Albert's phone. The defense didn't get it. They didn't get Jennifer McCabe's phone records after she handed her phone in. Also, oh yeah, this is kind of a big point. Brian Higgins and Brian Albert destroyed their phones the day before a preservation order went in place. So it would appear as if they did not indeed offer their phones up. Also, Brian Higgins specifically went out and found his boy Matt Kelch and asked him, how do I just get the messages with Karen Reed and Karen Reed alone? Nothing else. You can't, I don't want them to have the rest of my phone, just the Karen Reed messages. So this is what Horseface is putting out there. So they offered all this stuff, despite the heavy cost they have paid, to ensure that the only person 3 separate law enforcement agencies, including the FBI and the DOJ, which is the same people, ever identified as a suspect was held accountable. So the FBI and the DOJ said that Karen Reed was a suspect. I must have missed that one. She was not held accountable. And instead of protection, they were left to fend for themselves. Fend. So they want lifetime protection now. So now that they're not witnesses anymore in this, they're like, oh my God, we're on our own. Now what? Now we can't cry to mama and papa every day when people are being mean to us on the internet. Yeah, they are on their own, as they should be. And yes, welcome to the new normal. Like this is how this is the rest of their life, how it's going to work. Like everyone is going to look at them wherever they go and think, oh, there's the people that killed John O'Keefe. Those are the people that got away with murder. That's their legacy. We didn't do that. They did that. Their own behavior did that. They're not normal moms. They're not. They're not just like normal moms. Normal moms don't lie to the feds and say that they're their sister. So, Let's see. So yeah, Colin Albert, they left out of this one. Brian Higgins is the new friend. All right. While Miss Reed was, and again, they lost. Like they're just dealing because now they know. Now that Karen Reed has been exonerated and found not guilty by 2 juries, acquitted, they know that, like, what are they gonna? Who are people gonna blame? They're gonna look right at them. Now it's been proven Karen Reed didn't do this, but yet he's dead. So somebody killed him. And we're looking at you guys because it's either you or her. And they know that. And they know everyone's going to look at them like, who would you rather be moving forward from this point on? Who would Jennifer McCabe rather be, her or Karen Reed? She'd rather be Karen Reed. Everyone would rather be Karen Reed right now than Jennifer McCabe. Everyone. Not only because you're more attractive, right? And less of a cunt, but your prospects are looking good. Right? You know, Jennifer McCabe, they got her house. She'll be fine economically as long as she doesn't go to jail. As long as the FBI doesn't come and get her, which they might. They might, but they probably won't. All right. And, you know, she's looking pretty good. Karen Reed. When Karen Reed goes out to a restaurant or wherever, she's a fucking celebrity, dude. Everybody loves her. Everybody wants their picture taken with her. High profile people like Ernie Bach and others, like, take a picture with her. Greg Hill, they go to dinner together. Like, you know why they're doing that? Because they don't think she murdered John O'Keefe. They're pretty fucking confident. They wouldn't go out and do that with her if they did. No one's doing that with Jennifer. You know who they got Carrie Lama. That's the consolation prize. They got Carrie Lama and Krusty. They got Krusty too. Don't downplay Krusty. So they got that going for them. That's what they got. And she's got everyone else. So that's gotta sting. That not like now that the trial's over and she's been acquitted, they got nothing except like she did it. And everyone's just like, yeah, sure she did. Right. Then why was she acquitted? Okay, sure. They did it. Like, this sucks for them. They know that the second Karen Reed was acquitted, everyone's going to look at them and now they're freaking out about it. Now they're like, oh no, wasn't us. While Miss Reed was surrounded by high-priced PR teams and online influencers. High-priced PR teams? What PR team did she have? This is just a lie. She never hired a PR team. If she had a PR team, then how come I never heard of her before April 18th, 2023? Why did I never hear of this? Worst PR team ever. Like, I got contacted by... First of all, if there was a PR team, there would be absolutely no need for Natalie the German to ever be in Karen Reed's life ever. That was the PR team, was Natalie. They have waged a brutal, coordinated campaign of harassment. The Norfolk DA's office failed to act. They failed to act. They arrested me at my kid's bus stop. They took a completely unprecedented move and a very controversial move in arresting an award-winning journalist in front of his kid's bus at the bus stop and called journalism and activism witness intimidation. That was a pretty big, a bold move on their part, a very aggressive move, but it's not enough for Jennifer McCabe because Jennifer McCabe, that's how you know this was written by her, because she is the most privileged person in America, and wait till these texts get unimpounded. You will see. This bitch is a walking poster child for can I speak with the manager? Not can I speak, I'm going to speak with the manager. And you saw it at her whole restraining order hearing with me in May of 2023 when she tried to get an order on me and the judge denied it. And what did she say? She said, well, is there something you can do to get him to stop? Is there anything you can do to get him to stop blogging about me? Is there anything you can do? She's asking the government, the judge, the government, the guy who has the gavel that controls the guns. Is there anything you can do to get him to stop blogging about me? Do something. Take away his First Amendment rights. I know he has them, but there's got to be something you can do. Anything. Do it for me. Because I'm Jennifer McCabe and I always get my fucking way. You know, do it for me. Is there anything you can do? That really sums it up. And she's looking at this and it's like, what the fuck else does she want the Norfolk County DA's office to do? They already sent me to jail. They already arrested me. And she was the one, by the way, who David Yannetti filed that motion to, you know, the motion was to say if any witnesses have attempted to change their testimony or something like that, or have threatened not to testify. That was about Jennifer McCabe. Jennifer McCabe told the Norfolk County DA's office that if I wasn't put in jail, she wasn't going to testify. She wasn't going to help them out. Of course, she never actually meant that. It was just like one of her empty threats. That's how she always gets her way. Is she threatens to like, do what I say. Go put him in jail, or I'm not going to lie for you guys. And so the defense caught wind of that, and that's what that motion was about. A lot of people thought it was like Higgins or no, it was Jennifer McCabe. Jennifer McCabe threatened to take her ball and go home if they didn't put Big Bad Turtleboy in jail. And they tried. They tried to revoke my bail on April 30th, and they failed again. Witnesses were stalked in their homes. Stalked in their homes? Give me a break. Slandered on social media. No one was. Yeah, we talked about them on social media. If you want to slander someone, you can sue them if you feel slandered, but you guys haven't done that. And confronted in public. Yeah, you're allowed to do. None of those things are illegal. Confronting people in public, protesting outside of homes, none of that's illegal. Okay. Families were forced into hiding. What? They all live in their homes. Careers were impacted. Whose career was impacted? Brian Albert retired. I mean, whose career? Oh, Michael Proctor? Poor Michael Proctor. Children were targeted. What children were targeted? There's no children targeted. It's always with the children. Again, the same thing. Children doxing semen. That's all they say. Oh, the semen everywhere. Oh, with the doxing. They're doxing the semen while my children's face. Remember Jennifer McCabe actually testified to that? There was semen on my daughter's face. What? How'd the semen get on your daughter's face? Who did that? Was it me? You check Colin? I didn't put the semen on your daughter's face. I didn't do that. Anyway, and through it all, the death threats. What death threats? The lies, the intimidation. It appears to us that the DA's office has chosen to leave their witnesses completely on their own. I would bet anything now. I want to like 4 of these now. I guarantee you there's some sort of emails or text messages from Jennifer McCabe to the DA's office, probably since the trial ended, demanding to know, what are you guys going to do to protect us now? How can you get people to stop talking about us now? And they're like, sorry, you're not witnesses anymore. I guarantee that happened. And this is a reaction to that they are not happy that the DA's office is no longer going to be their eternal babysitter. Sorry, trial's over. You don't get to be this magical class of citizen called witnesses anymore. The truth is not complicated. The state police and DA's office already know who is behind the ongoing campaign. What campaign? They have charged Aidan Kearney. Exactly. So how can you say they did nothing if they charged me? How does that make any sense? They have obtained a search warrant for Karen Read's digital devices, an action that required a finding of probable cause, the same standard needed to bring criminal charges. Okay. So they got a probable cause thing for her phone, search warrant for her phone. and they're mad because why? And yet no further action has been taken. Do you see what they're mad about? They're mad that they didn't. They want Karen Read charged with conspiracy to commit witness intimidation. That's what this is about. They're mad. Well, I got news for them. They tried. It wasn't for lack of trying. A grand jury was held on March 27th, 2024 in an attempt to indict Karen Read and me, and it failed. It returned no true bill. There was no evidence, no probable cause of anything. And they had our phones at that point. And they've had my phones the whole time. They've been through them a long time ago. And there's nothing in there. They literally invaded our privacy, got our phones taken. I mean, the fact that warrants for those were even granted is outrageous. But you got them. They got them anyway. And they looked through them and there's nothing in there because there's no witness intimidation. It's all a fantasy. Karen Read never directed me to do any witness intimidation. I wasn't intimidating witnesses. I'm being myself. Like I explained this well on, I don't know if it was Ryan Grimm's or on Andrea Burkhart's about like why I did the rolling rally. You know why I did the rolling rally? Because I'm really upset about John O'Keefe being murdered. That's why I did it. I'm like really upset about that. This isn't even about Karen Read. I'm not doing any of this I didn't do any of this for Karen Read. I did this all for John O'Keefe, all of it. Karen Read was a byproduct. Karen Read is just the wrong person that they're charging. I want justice for John O'Keefe, and you can't get that by charging Karen Read, period. So that's why I did what I did. When I'm asking Jennifer McCabe why she Googled how long to die in cold at 2:27 a.m., that has nothing to do with Karen Read. And that has everything to do with John O'Keefe. Because when she Googled how long to die in cold at 2:27 a.m., she wasn't doing that thinking about Karen Read. She was doing that thinking about what time she's going to put John O'Keefe's body out there. John O'Keefe she was doing that for. Right? When I asked Brian Albert why he doesn't come outside his house, it's because John O'Keefe's body is on the lawn. Why none of those people saw John O'Keefe's body when they left. None of this is about Karen Read. This is all about John O'Keefe. So like, that's why I did what I did. That's why I held rolling rallies. That's why I went up to these people and asked them questions. Because they killed a police officer. They did. It's a fact. It's an undeniable fact. We know this because they haven't sued me for defamation. If it was untrue, they would sue me. I'm suing the fake victim. Why can't they sue me? Right? Why don't they sue me? It's been, the lawsuits are coming. Bro, it's been almost 3 years. The statute of limitation is 3 years. You're running out of time. When are you going to sue me? When are you going to sue me? When are they suing me? They're not. So that's why I did what I did. That's why I picked up a megaphone and I got my car and I drove to these people's houses and I stood outside and I explained to the lovely group of people I was with what these people did, okay? And how they were involved in the cover-up of a beloved man's murder, right? So that's why I did what I did, because I was really upset about that. And I still am really upset about that because John O'Keefe did not deserve to be murdered. And John O'Keefe deserves real justice. And if his family's not going to fight for him, then I'm going to fight for him, period. That's why I did what I did. It's not witness intimidation. It's demanding justice, period. Goes on to say, now after a trial that raised troubling questions about the impartiality of some jurors, including individuals with public connections to Miss Read's media machine. This is just a complete lie. So they're already blaming the jurors. The official response from the Justice for John O'Keefe page, which we don't know who runs this page, but we do. But we know Jennifer McCabe wrote this. So Jennifer McCabe is now shitting on the jurors and calling them impartial. Or partial, rather. And including them with public connections. Which one has a public connection to the Read's media machine? None of them knew us before this. Karen Read has been acquitted. And emboldened by this outcome, The harassment has only grown worse. What harassment has taken place? Have I missed the videos of people harassing the McAlberts since this happened? I haven't seen it. Even as Miss Reed and others appear to profit from the death of John O'Keefe. Oh, I know that one burns. Oh, I know that one burns to them. Oh, you know Jen McCabe's really upset about that. That Karen Reed's making money. Yeah, get used to it, bitch. Oh, you have no idea what she's been offered. Oh, she's going to be rich. And everyone's going to be happy for her. She's going to be our favorite millionaire when this is done. And she deserves it. She's not going to get any lawsuits. She's going to make money the old-fashioned way, capitalism, right? And no, this is not a KP. I know this writing. This is No, I know you guys think it does. I know her writing. This ain't it. This is Jennifer McCabe. Jennifer McCabe wrote this. I would bet you any amount of money she wrote this. You guys don't know what I know. You haven't seen the messages. When you see the messages, you'll understand. You trust me. When you see the messages, when they become unimpounded, this will make a lot more sense. It sucks. I can't show, but this is going to make a lot more sense. You're going to be like, holy fucking shit. It was, I know as a fact, this is Jennifer McCabe because I've seen the messages. You guys haven't. You will, hopefully soon. But Jennifer McCabe wrote this 1000%. She goes on to say, that she's appearing to profit off the death of John O'Keefe. The people who mourn him continue to be hunted and humiliated for daring to speak the truth. They all lied to the FBI, to the grand juries. They've admitted it. They destroyed phones. Oh, yeah, they're so innocent. This is not justice. This is not accountability. This is not acceptable. See, this is not 𝗏𝗏𝐿𝐴𝐶𝑖's writing. This is Jennifer McCabe. The families affected by this horrible circus-like case deserve better from our elected officials. We all do. Like, imagine thinking that Mike Morrissey didn't do enough to me. He hasn't done enough to me. Bro, they had the rubber ducky task force out there jumping in dumpsters. They pulled all the stops. I got indicted for window intimidation. They sent out a fake grand jury summons to some slam pig that got mad at me. And they're like, well, let's use her. Like that. They did everything they could. Everything. And the best they could get was 60 days in jail. It's not, trust me, dude. It's not a KP letter. She's much more verbose than this. She takes out her thesaurus and she uses like the same 5, 4-syllable words, and to make her sound like congenital. That's one of her favorite ones, to try to make herself sound. This release doesn't have any of those words. This is not, I know a KP original when I see one. This is not a 𝗏𝗏𝐿𝐴 original, period. Voluminous. That's one she likes a lot. Yeah. This is an amateur hour one. This is a Jen McCabe specialty. And again, the blaming Morrissey thing, you guys haven't seen. Trust me, you haven't seen the text messages. You just got to trust me, bro. When you see the text messages, this will make a lot more sense. Okay. We are calling today on the DA's office and the state police to fulfill their most basic duty, to protect those who come forward in good faith and to prosecute those who seek to obstruct justice through violence, threats, or manipulation. So this is a call, obviously, to indict me for something else, whatever. And Karen Reed, just indict her too. Indict everyone because we're mad and we want them indicted. But violence? What violence has occurred? What threats have occurred? Manipulation? What does that even mean? Let this be the moment where someone finally stands up and says, enough. Let it be known that in Norfolk County and in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, cooperating with law enforcement does not make you a target. It makes you a citizen. And anyone who seeks to harm or silence a witness will be held accountable to the full extent of the law. Okay. We will not stop speaking out. We will not stop fighting for John. and we demand that those with the power to act finally do so. Yeah, something like that. And then you go on the page. Okay, so what's this John O'Keefe page? What's on here? Let's see what this page is all about. Yeah, there's John. Yeah, that's him. Our mission. Free Karen Reed is mentioned in the first paragraph. Free Karen Reed. So this is all just about Free Karen Reed. And it cites something called Tuesday Gazette. Some, bored, basic white chick who apparently is named Tuesday or something and has a WordPress website, and she's their source of information. Okay. And then, okay, her testimony. Okay. And then they have, okay, that's what do they got here? What's John O'Keefe about? Okay. Devoted cop. Yep. Adopted the kids. And then, okay, what do they got down here? What's this?
Now he's gone. We live in fear.
You walk the streets under the moon.
This is the gayest song I've ever heard.
Hero lost too soon, too soon. His heart was strong, but the night was cold.
Yeah, there's Paul. Yeah, okay.
A mystery left.
What is it? Okay. Yep, that's John. Them pretending to give a fuck about John is just the wildest part about all this. And yet they don't do anything to like look into like his death. Nothing. What's this one? Oh, Yellow Cottage Tales.
John O'Keefe was a good guy.
Oh, pleasant.
Most of the words, good guy, are the ones he would want used. He didn't need accolades or adulation.
Accolades?
He was happy to be known as a good son, a good brother, a good cop, a good uncle, a good parent. Yet though he wouldn't have wanted anyone to say it, he was much more than just a good guy. But when those times came, when he needed to be willing to make sacrifices in order to step up for friends or family, he never failed. John had 2 siblings and was very close, a regular guy. Like many boys, he grew up wanting to be a cop, and not just any cop, but a Boston police officer. John's grandfather worked for the police force as a permanent intermittent. He stuck to these. He had the life he wanted. But John, out of work at the time, still took the move. As the family struggled with what to do with 2 young kids with now an old. As his brother Paul said, at John, they bought a house in Canton, and John had the open. Chris would text him to say they were at the pub, and so they could head over to join. There, John did what he always enjoyed, having drinks with friends. Well, they invited them to an after-hours party together at the home of Chris's brother Brian, also a Boston police officer. It was natural that John would accept the invitation. He didn't really know Brian, the legendary cop who had long headed the fugitive
legendary.
But here was a chance to build a more personal connection, do it in the way that John enjoyed, over a drink. It was outside Brian's house that tragedy would again strike the O'Keefe family.
I mean, inside.
But despite all the noise surrounding what happened, one thing John's friends and family would like the world not to forget is this: John was a good guy.
Okay.
John O'Keefe was.
I mean, these people just have nothing. John was a good guy. Okay. Yep. Agreed. Evidence. What do they got? Evidence. So you can watch the trial, read the court documents. Oh, Tuesday Gazette. Yellow Cottage fails. Somebody called Yvonne. This is a source. Okay. That's a source, I guess. Okay, and then what's this? Oh, Court TV.
We've got a whole hour planned for you. It's
okay, and then
you what?
Tuesday Gazette. Okay. Karen Reed's behavior patterns. What's this? The Aruba trip. John hugs his friend Laura's sister Marietta. Karen says, "Go fuck yourself." Okay. I mean, this is a fucking joke. Conspiracy. All right. And then it's got a bunch of videos here. Okay. FKR movement. Oh, let me guess. Turtleboy Bad. Oh, Tuesday Gazette. Yellow Cottage fails. Oh, and a bunch of Krusty videos about me.
A blogger has been arrested on charges of witness intimidation in the John O'Keefe murder case.
Ooh.
Talk to Chris Albert. All he has to do.
Oh, yeah.
They were uncomfortable on Tuesday when they had to walk through that gauntlet of court. They hated that.
They say he has been calling them, following them, and revealing private information about them and their families. And they say he's been telling tens of thousands of his followers on social media to do the same.
Kearney would like to be free too, but you can't. So the second Chris Albert does the right thing, this shit ends. It ends.
Things are about to get really uncomfortable for you now, just to let you know that. Especially now that I know that I'm getting to you. That was a mistake. That was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Because now it's like time to accelerate.
The House of Cards' Karen Read tried so hard to build has fallen down around her. Her chief propagandist, toxic cry-bully blogger Aidan Kearney, was arrested for intimidation of a witness, and he's not taking it well.
All I do is look for Chevy Silverados. Are those cops? Every time I see a Chevy Silverado, I'm like, oh, any Silverados coming? Like, Silverados everywhere. That scared me a little bit. I'm not gonna. These motherfuckers come on! Oh, I can't believe this is real. Guess what? I'm never, ever, ever going to stop. I'm gonna remember the faces of every single pig that came to my house with guns. You guys like to pretend everything's a threat. It's not a threat at all. But you're not going to get away with what you did. You're not going to get away with it.
Yeah, why should you get away with it?
You wanted to lay with pigs. You're going to be treated like the pig that you are. You're not a cop. You're a
yeah.
To use him as a mouthpiece, but was also encouraging him to harass and continue to contact the named victims in his.
I'm not harassing anybody. You're harassing me. I went in. I'm not having my face. I don't have the phone in your face.
Oh, it must be with you.
Yeah, he is with me.
Jim Ferris is rude. There he is. Look at him. Keep yelling out with it. Keep yelling out with it. How tough are you?
Jim Ferris. He is rude.
What's up? You want to talk? I want to talk. Why do you yell at women? Why you messing with them? I'm not taking pictures. I'm taking a video. So yell at me. Yell at me.
Go ahead, big
Imagine thinking Jim Ferris is a victim.
man. You're a big man.
And Jenna Rocco and Stephen Coate have taken up the task of continuing
Stephen
the criminal
Coate.
behavior in Aidan's stead.
Oh my God. Just her serious documentary voice is just wild. It's just wild.
We'll have to get into them in more before this is all said and done.
In the blood. Fuck off, Aubrey. Fuck off. Fuck you.
I love
It's all
it.
just about, personal life, whatever. Like, I got news for you guys. Nobody cares. Like, you guys have been trying. You guys got to try something else.
He was recently exposed as being back up to his old tricks.
Oh wait. They put the fake victim on here. She saw this actually when they came out. This is a funny story, actually. So this is before the fake victim and 𝗪𝗏𝗏 teamed up. This is she made this video. I remember this came out in like October or must have been November of 2023 after the Halloween party, because that's the fake victim at the Halloween party. And you see Troll Homeo, which is like 𝗪𝗏𝗏's pal, and says, you can threaten your girlfriends into silence, but you can't do anything about me. 3's company, but 4 is a crowd. L, C, and L plus TB equals oops. I don't even know what that means. Have a great night. I guess this. So she saw this. The fake victim saw this and was like, oh my God, they know who I am. I'm in a 𝗪𝗏𝗏 video. And then we got her phone extraction. And we saw that she was using the Jane account. She was pretending to be this person named Jane on Twitter, and who Jane hated me and like talked shit about me while seeing me every Friday night, right? And going out with me and pretending to be pregnant with me. But Jane was this fake person who hated me. And Jane would message Troll Homeo on Twitter. And Jane pretended to be Lindsay's friend that like didn't like the fact that Lindsay was seeing me. And so Jane messaged Troll Homeo and said like, oh yeah, my friend is hooking up with Turtleboy and he's I feel bad for her. She shouldn't, like, it's not her fault. She's whatever. She's into the Intimidator. Like, she can't help herself, right? And so, and then Troll Homeo is like, oh, really? We'll help save her. And not realizing he's actually talking to her on the Jane account. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking wild. So Jane, Lindsay, pretending to be Jane, gave this picture to Troll Homeo. And then Troll Homeo posts it on Twitter. And then Lindsay sees it and she's like, oh my God, how did they find out who I was? They're attacking me now. Like, she wanted to be out there. She wanted this. Like, it's fucking crazy. I don't know if you guys get that story. I still haven't told the whole story. I will someday. But it's just wild. Wild shit.
using his blog following like a sex cult to prey upon
Sex
vulnerable
cult?
and
Hold
trusting
on.
women.
She says sex
I
cult.
got news for you guys. Nobody cares. Like, you guys have been trying. You guys got to try something else.
He was recently exposed as being backup to his old tricks, using his blog following like a sex cult to prey upon vulnerable and trusting women, carrying on affairs.
Oh my God. She's like obsessed with my sex life. Obsessed with it. She like is for years. She's been so into, oh my God, he's having sexual affairs. Yeah. Who cares? Yeah. Nobody cares. Like, it's all good. And yeah, nobody cares. Like, she's just so obsessed with, did you know he's having sex with this person? And then she's like, listen to what she says here about vulnerable.
Nobody cares. Like, you guys have been trying. You guys got to try something else.
He was recently exposed as being backup to his old tricks, using his blog following like a sex cult to prey upon vulnerable and trusting women.
Vulnerable and trusting women. So like there's no such, this is her thing. Every single woman who's ever been with me, right, is, they didn't mean to do it. It's not their fault. I just have this charisma, right, where it's like, oh yeah, like, oh, I shouldn't have done that with him, but I didn't actually want to do it with him. I just couldn't fucking resist the intimidator. Like, he preys on, like, what the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? That what does that even, like, how do you prey? How is every person I hooked up with a victim? That doesn't make any sense at all. Like, that I'm running a sex cult. Like, we call it sex cult because we're mocking her because she called it a sex cult. Like, I've never seen somebody so obsessed with a person that they've never slept with. Like, Krusty and I obviously wouldn't. Ew. I think we all know that. Ew. And it's like, like, her level of obsession with me is the only, like, you shouldn't have that level of obsession with anyone, but it's explainable somewhat if you've had a relationship with them, like a sexual relationship. Not like, I used to blog for this guy 5 years ago. That doesn't count. Like, it's weird.
Carrying on affairs with at least 5 different women.
5 women?
This has
That's a
created
lot.
extreme personal strife for Aidan, leading him to threaten these women into silence using sex videos.
Sex
he forces
videos?
them to film with him.
What?
As blackmail for their silence.
I force them to film with me? What? How do you force someone to film with you? What the fuck does that mean? Hey, I'm going to bust out the camera right now. Smile, bitch. Yeah, I force you. What does that mean? How do you force someone to film sex with you? First of all, I'm not the one that had the covert ring camera in the room, right? I didn't put that there. I didn't even know it was there. That's not me. Okay. Like, you can't force somebody to film. Like, what does that mean? Can anyone explain that? How it's just, I'm this villain no matter what I do. Oh, you hooked up with somebody. Oh no. You made a video. Oh no. He's a bad guy for that. Yeah. Welcome to the digital age. Everybody's doing it these days. Maybe you should try it. No, please don't.
And a TikTok video showing one of Karen's many stories about the night she killed John O'Keefe went viral, with thousands of comments from users expressing skepticism of her story and echoing the belief that she is in fact guilty.
Oh, wow. A TikTok comment.
Later, Karen and John were invited to the home of a fellow Boston cop. Neither knew him well. What happened next is disputed. Karen says they pulled up to the house and she waited in her SUV while John went to check things out. She said,
again, this is from the Justice for John O'Keefe page. Somehow there is a video on there about me banging whores, right? Not whores, but one whore. Okay. And like, somehow what does any of this have to do with Justice for John O'Keefe? Explain this to me, please.
Says she watched him go to the door, put his head inside, then nothing.
I texted him, I called him, and within minutes of him exiting my car, is not answering his phone. Minutes.
So what happens next?
I left.
They are right to be skeptical. Messages between Aidan and Karen reveal she floated an entirely different story.
Her story, off the record, these came from Natalie. I never believed I hit him. I thought maybe he changed his mind and ran after my car for a ride, and I clipped him and he passed out. Exactly. One thing I can tell you, I never thought that morning that his friends and a BPD coworker left him to die like roadkill. Every report that says I hit him is authored by Michael Proctor. I was screaming, could I have hit him? Did I hit him? So this just confirms once again that when she first found his body, she didn't even think it was possible that anyone could be so depraved to kill him. That's why she didn't think it was them at first. That's why she was trying to rationalize it. Oh my God.
That perhaps she clipped John O'Keefe as he was running behind her car, trying to catch a ride home.
Oh, that's who it was. They're talking about LCL and TB is Lindsay Cara. Oh, crazy Cara. Oh, Fartbox. Forgot about her. Yeah, she's a little crazy.
But this isn't even the end of the bad news for Karen, Aidan, and their loyal supporters. On the day that he was arrested, the state police executed a lengthy search warrant on Aidan's devices that allowed them access to his 6 cell phones, 2 computers, an SD card, and USB flash drive.
Ooh.
Aidan is demanding that an independent investigator from the taint team go through his electronics instead of the state.
Yeah, except they went through it like the next day. And they used the information inside my phone. Yeah, just search for Cara Horne, HORNE. You fucking absolute nut job. Certifiable. Everybody calls her Fartbox. Long story. Just read the police report. Yeah, so they took my phones and they went through them. And, within what, 24 hours, they already used them to fire Michelle Littlefield. So this idea that like I'm hiding things in my phone, they've already been through my phones like a long time ago. There's nothing in them.
State police, but inevitably, the police will have access to what's on there regardless.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a fact that makes Aidan extremely nervous.
They would stop temporarily and we would figure out if a P team with them. A fucking P team. Nobody should go through my freaking messages. Nobody. But they certainly just shouldn't get your messages and be like, we get to look at everything on here, all your messages, and see what we find. It's called a phishing expedition. But anyway, they already downloaded everything there.
Oh, yeah.
It's still to be seen exactly what will be found on Aidan's devices outside of his communications with Karen and her attorneys.
Yeah, so it's so they've read all my communications to Karen and her attorneys. It was actually in a couple court filings and wasn't much. I think it was one where Yannetti was like, that show last night was fucking awesome. I think that was about it. That was the totality of it all.
Judging from his reaction, however, it is entirely possible that this arrest has opened a Pandora's box for Aidan, one that no matter how he struggles, he cannot close.
Ooh.
Adding to his troubles, Aidan cannot abide by the terms of his release. He has been consistently urging his supporters to subvert the orders in a way he believes is clever, but is entirely transparent to any reasonable person.
Oh, if I were to die tomorrow, this movement would continue. I don't know about that now because I haven't seen any protests since I got these orders. I haven't seen a single fucking protest for DD, nothing like that. I'm just saying. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying. It's like they got what they wanted in that regard. So maybe there was something to that. I'm just saying. Like, and I hate when people put words in my mouth and they post things on the group like, "Oh, we shouldn't protest in front of D&D Pizza. We don't go to their house. That's gonna hurt Turtleboy." I never fucking said that. I'm not telling you to do it, but read between the fucking lines for crying out loud.
Oh.
Like I would. And his followers are hearing his instructions loud and clear, continuing to harass his victims with Aidan's mob intimidation tactics.
It's the Canton 9.
Oh, we already know about it.
Imagine thinking this is intimidation. The Canton 9. They're across the street from Chris Albert's pizza shop, and like, imagine saying this with a straight face that this is intimidation. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Violation.
How are we gonna violation of it?
Directly across the street is a witness to a criminal crime. So
a witness to a criminal crime.
Directly across the street, witness to a criminal.
It's a mob.
Absolutely.
I want to take a look at that.
Read that. Yes, you can't be within that shot.
We're not doing any of that.
He's protesting. This line of defense did not work for Charlie Manson, and probably will not work for Aidan either. One judge has already pushed back and expressed skepticism toward his attempted justifications.
So your view is that a journalist can bring a dozen other cars, honking horns in front of a witness's house, and calling out to the neighbors to call on their neighbor to do the right thing.
Well, it's not something that plays well in polite society. I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it.
That's what you say is journalism? That's covered by the journalist.
So this is like Bradel's first hearing. He was like didn't know everything at this point. I think he's more caught up to speed now. But I think you would have a very different answer for this. No, that's not journalism. That's activism, Your Honor. This guy hates me, by the way. Krupp fucking hates me. Hates me. This is the same guy who signed the preservation order for the phones that they destroyed the next day, right? The day before this guy signed the order, they all destroyed. And he also signed the order to get Karen Reed's phone in January of 2024 based on nothing. So this guy doesn't really care about civil rights or liberties or anything like that.
Journalistic privilege, that is to say, is covered by the First Amendment.
Covered by the First Amendment, Your Honor. Absolutely. In Article 16.
Even if the other dozen cars or however many cars go out are not.
I'm sorry, or not journalists. Well, Judge, that involves another issue that's a difficult issue, but should really come out on Mr. Kearney's side, where how much control does he have over his people that follow him and want to cheer him on? You know, who can control a mob?
According to the papers, there was a meeting place.
Yeah,
And no one knew where they were going in advance.
but these
And
are
then this defendant, I'm reading between the lines now. I don't think that the papers are explicit, but they suggest that this defendant then directed them to the various locations that they were going to drive by.
Sure.
As quickly as it grew, the Free Karen movement is even more rapidly falling apart.
Ooh,
With additional criminal defendants,
it's falling apart. Oh, this is November of 2023. I think it's grown a little bit. And we freed her. There was that. Okay.
possibly more to come, secrets being revealed, and lies becoming exposed. The toxic cesspool that once cultivated and nourished her defense has now poisoned it from its roots. This saga will undoubtedly continue, as both Aidan Kearney and Karen Read appear to be their own worst enemies. But for the time being, I am sure John O'Keefe is looking down on all of you with a smile on his face.
Oh, so she means business. So there's that. What's this one? The dark
Web sleuths, e-sleuths,
Okay.
baseless accusations, and threats against his life.
This is the Alberts.
Hold on. I can't even watch too many of these, but I'm just having a good time. What do they got here? It's just more videos of Turtleboy Bad. These are all...
Turtleboy calling. Is Mike home?
No, he's not home right now.
Oh, where is he? Oh, is he drinking? It's 11 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Really none of your business. Good night.
When can I see him?
That's Michael Morrissey.
He said it's none of my business.
That was Mike Morrissey's wife.
He says it's none of my business. 617. I don't know. And me and Karen, we can have our own his and her charges. And you can try to do all that. But that's it.
Whether Karen Read is found guilty or not, one fact will remain. Through her quest to avoid
from coming out, we are shaming them. Public shaming works. Proves that they have nothing.
shocking and overt witness harassment and intimidation ever documented on social media.
We will never stop protesting. You think it's uncomfortable now? Wait till we start showing the hooligans. Like, things are about to get really, really uncomfortable.
Carl. Oh, look at all that.
To this day,
Colin has become the target of relentless harassment and bullying perpetrated by adults.
Oh, I can't.
This is the story of Aidan Kearney and how he is exploiting one community.
I'm not in the habit of supporting murderers, so this is my first time.
Oh, look, it's Jay Robert. There he is. Joe Warren's right there with us.
And villainizing the victim.
And who else was with this? Wasn't Julie Ginto there?
Friends and family, as well as.
Where's Julie Ginto? She's here somewhere.
The owner of the home and
oh, man. Oh, man.
his family.
They want to turn John O'Keefe's kids into their kids because their kids all turn out screwed up. And they want to turn that whole town, their whole incestuous
the roots, into
a bunch of Alberts and the Caves. No doubt about it. We're not going to let that happen because the Alberts and the Caves aren't going to be around too much longer.
Okay, all right. So anyway, they're just really mad at me. What's this one?
And the only thing I would say,
okay, Turtleboy Bad. It's all just like Turtleboy Bad shit. Anyway, enough of this shit. All right, cool. I mean, what does any of that have to do with justice for John O'Keefe? It's just an obsession with me, apparently. So, apparently that's their press release, and I don't think it's gonna work. But they're just desperate. Okay, but all right, cool. Let me read some more turtle chat, shall we? Give me 1 second to bring it up. Watch this.
No, it was called Feeding the Ducks. Well, it is. That's what we're doing right now. We're feeding ducks. Come here, duckies. Eat it. Eat it. Chew it. Swallow it. Don't bite my finger. Ooh, be nice. Ooh, close one. Feeding the ducks. You like that, ducky? Take it. Take it, duck. You like that, duck? We're best friends, duck. You want more? Don't be greedy. Feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. Who? Me? Feed the ducks?
Okay. So yeah, feeding the ducks. Feeding the ducks. All right. Let me read some turtle chats here. All right. John sends $10 and goes, "The devil has nice legs. Good luck in court next week." No, I mean, whatever. 4 kids came out of there, and it was pretty obvious. So there's that. Okay. Stephanie sends $10 and goes, Milton, Stephanie, JD again. Hearing you refer to the hillside feeds my soul. It is the definition of a townie bar. The amount of high school kids turned Milton cops that I used to see there when I still drank was insane. I also know I could get away with any and all things in Milton as a white, educated, upped middle-class woman, which is insane to me. Well, there you go. Monica sends $25, goes, hi, Aidan. It's an Aussie here. It's mostly desert in the middle of Australia. It's too bloody hot. Gets 120 degrees, and kangaroos don't even want to live there. You'll have to come back when you win and you are free. I'm booked to see a neurosurgeon the same day of your court hearing, but I still want to try and watch. Okay, cool. Yeah, you know, this is Mon and Daz and Australia. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know if if I'll ever make it to Australia. Maybe I will. I mean, it's a big world. Maybe I don't know. We do have a lot of turtle roos, so I got to give a shout out to them someday. I always said I'd go to London. I know there's a lot of turtle riders in London, but you know, maybe not. We'll see if we have enough time. All right, next up. Sandra sends $25, goes, Fanning got caught creating a report about Walsh in the last few weeks. Really? That he backdated to January 2022. He tried blaming confusion on new software the troopers were using. Wow. Fucking scumbags. Unbelievable. Carrie sends $10, goes, looking forward to your interviewing Alan Jackson. Where can we see that? Take a wild guess. You're watching her right now. There. Lynn sends $25 and goes, brief. I was wondering what your opinion is of Matt Gutman. Also proud of you for bringing out the professional side. It's a good balance. Keep up the great work. Shout out to my North Shore nachos. This is the first week we didn't meet. We raised $30,000 for the second trial. Holy shit. North Shore nachos is impressive. And my opinion of Gutman is gutless. I had a meal of food with him at a steakhouse in Boston the day after the rolling rally, and he was like all about like fuck the McAlberts. Like he clearly got it. But you know, he pretended like he didn't know who I was when he did his whole McAlbert makeup, like let's rehab the McAlbert thing. So lost all respect for him there. Thanks. Momo Clancy sends $10 and goes, KRMF, don't know what that means. Karen Reed is a motherfucking free. Okay. It made my heart so happy to see the announcement for Saturday's show with AJ. Thank you for being you. Anyone who says you should change is a cunt. Free Turtleboy, the reigning goat of free speech. Well, thank you, Momo. Don sends $10, goes, listen, Turtle, don't forget who the fuck you are. Instead of waiting for the premium interviews to come to you, go be a premium interview for someone else and claim your due. Thanks, and never forget John O'Keefe. I mean, I already have, Don. I've signed a deal with Compelling Pictures, so I'm already we're on our way to superstardom. We're good. So thank you very much. Patricia sends $5 and says, can you show us the Estey apology? Yeah, let's do that now, actually. I'll bring it up right now. I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay. All right. So kind of small wording, but don't message me or your fucking message is going to pop up. Aidan, I'm sorry that I contacted 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. That was wrong, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry for the veiled threat. So she admits it's a veiled threat. That was crossing the line, and I didn't want to hurt you. Then why would you? What? I don't want to see you get in any more trouble. Then why would you threaten to get me in trouble? You are fighting bogus charges and need to be on your A game. I wish I could take it back. I have always wanted to see you succeed and win all your cases. They have used lawfare, it's supposed to be one word, on you, but you have always come out victorious, and I know you will again. okay, so this is bullshit. I know a fake apology when I see one. She's only doing this because she realizes that, you know, she's like, Turtleboy is the next trial I was going to sit on and be in on TV. So I have to be in good with them. I have to make up with them. Apology not accepted. And I usually accept apologies, but not this one, because she screenshotted this and posted it on Twitter. That's not, you don't apologize to somebody. That's not an apology. You do an apology privately. You don't post it for the world to see. You know, look how good I am for likes. You don't do that. All right. And I said, Esther, unfortunately, your apology rings hollow with me. The only reason you wish you could take it back is because you are now thoroughly embarrassed and don't want to show your face at my court dates, which is sadly the only thing you have going on in your life. You wanted the account down, so you went above my head and dragged my lawyer into this, which is beyond inappropriate. Of course, he had a responsibility to bring this implied threat to my attention. Why 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and not 𝗏𝗏𝗏? The fact that you think you have the right to contact any of my lawyers with this bullshit about a parody Twitter account is outrageous. As for my case, I highly doubt you know any of the fine details of it. She doesn't. I mean, I've listened. If you've seen her, I think she made her channel all private. I actually watched some of those videos, and it's pretty clear she doesn't know anything about any of this case. Like for her, this case is just it's the cool thing everyone's doing now. Is like everybody's talking about Kearney, so I need to be there. Oh, it was Jennifer Lawrence before. It was fucking the COVID vaccine. It was you know what I mean? It was Johnny Depp, and this is just the cool thing everyone's doing. She doesn't know anything about the fucking case at all. It's just something cool to do. Free Karen Reed. Yeah, look at me. It's the way to be seen. And I don't want anyone like that at my shit. Okay? Like I don't want anyone like that at my hearings. Like I want real supporters there. Okay? So I said, you have a long and documented history of seeking attention like this, from Johnny Depp to Jennifer Lawrence. There's videos of her on her Twitter account that she's taken down since, where she's like throwing her bra on stage and Johnny Depp grabs it. And she like, it's fucking sick. It's weird. Hold on. Copy. All right. So it goes on to say, I go on to say, you have a long and documented history of seeking attention like this, from Johnny Depp to Jennifer Lawrence to recently showing up at the Turk and brothel cases, knowing there would be media there. I am fighting for my life. I don't need people like you using this horrible experience I'm going through as a way to be seen on TV. You don't really support me. You just want to be there because it's the cool new thing to do. I also saw that you cut the line at my trial by claiming to be with Jack Kearney. She did. There was a huge line at my trial, and she just cut it because she's not one of the peasants. So she gets to go in, and she pretended to be with Jack Kearney, who was a witness in the case, so he gets to be inside the courtroom. And yeah, there's that. You clearly think you're more important than the rest of my supporters if you're willing to cut them like that. If you really support me, then continue to do so silently. That is my challenge to you. Support a cause without putting yourself at the center of it. Are you capable of that? That's my challenge to Estey. Is like, if you really support Karen Reed, can you do it quietly? Can you be just another person in the chat? Can you behave in a way that does not draw attention to you and make it about you? Are you capable of that? And I don't think you are. Like, because that's what everyone else is here for, is for justice, not to like make themselves the center. No, can she do it? She says, yes, I can support from afar and silently. You have my promise. You won't see or hear from me. And I give her the muscle emoji that she likes to do. Okay. I go, and then I saw that she posted it on Twitter. I go, the fact that you posted the message that you sent me is exactly why your fake bullshit apology is not accepted by me. Literally everything you do is for attention. You are incapable of privately doing anything. Then she says, it was a true and sincere apology. No, it wasn't. I do feel awful and shouldn't have done it. I wasn't thinking it through what the consequences could be. I don't want to threaten or hurt you. Yeah, the consequence is you're now socially ostracized, which is the only thing that you care about. You don't deserve that. I jumped the gun. I let my feelings take over and made a rash, stupid decision that I deeply regret. I posted only what I sent you. Again, why would you post it? I'm sorry, that was the wrong decision too. Yes, I'm obviously making a lot of wrong choices. I'm sorry. Like, oh no, and it says, I will step away from everything involving you, Meredith, and her friends. You won't see or hear from me again. I'm sorry I've been a thorn in your side and caused you so much trouble. And I said, if it was a true and sincere apology, then you wouldn't feel the need to post it. What was the point of posting it? You don't feel awful or regret it because it was the wrong thing to do. You're just upset that I called you out for that, for what you really are. If you were stepping away from everything, then you wouldn't feel the need to screenshot your private DM to me. You did that for attention so that people would feel bad for you, which is why you do everything. I'm sorry I posted it. I just wanted to show proof that I personally reached out to you as well as made a public post. I'm making a lot of mistakes. I'm honestly sorry. I shouldn't have brought you into this. Why do you feel the need to show proof? Why are you always trying to entertain an audience? If you want to be truly authentic, you wouldn't feel the need to post anything about this. You just quietly apologize and go away. What you did by making a murder trial all about you was disgusting. That's what you should really be sorry for. If you want to really help Karen Read, you'd be outside with the boots on the ground, but you had to become Karen's, quote, best friend so you could post pictures with her and get attention. This was never about Karen. It was always about you. It was about walking into, again, she didn't even go in the courtroom half the time. She sat outside on the bench hoping that somebody had to take a shit so that she could go in and fill in. Every day, she just sat in that fucking bench. Why isn't she outside? Again, you want to be out because then you don't get to walk in and with your handbag and look all glamorous and be on TV and do this thing and everybody thinks you're Karen's friend. Like, that's what it all was about. That's it. It's bullshit. I don't know how to handle this. I'm making bad choices. I just need to go away. Yes, you have my word. You'll never see or hear from me again. I go, you called yourself Estey Reed and you said Nate called you his blonde sister. I'm weird. I was expressing Team Reed under the heading. I explained that I was a friend since I have changed it. But yes, initially it was cringe. I'm a cringy person, but I never want to hurt anyone except when you're emailing. She clearly wanted to hurt me with, I mean, this is a lie. I thought since the Glayer told his audience that the Reeds adopted him, that it would be just as cheeky that I said it too. So she's trying to be the Glayer, right? I mean, it's just fucking insane. Nathan did say it. No, he didn't. I guarantee Nate Reed never said that you're her blonde sister at all. I'm sorry. I am the way I am. People don't like it. Oh, shut the fuck up. Before jury selection, Karen asked me to be on a small team to handle logistics. I upset. No, you asked her to do it. You volunteered to do that. And logistics, you gave people a fucking ride. Okay. I sat where I was told to sit. No, you actually didn't give up your seat for Nate Reed. You didn't give up your seat for Kelly Reed. Also, other boots on the ground people contacted her. Apparently, like, she was like, yeah, let's see, let some of the boots on the ground people came in. I saw messages today from one boots on the ground person who was, Karen said, yeah, come in and sit for half a day in the morning. We got extra seats in there. Come sit there and just contact Estey and do it that way. And so she contacts Estey, tells her about it. Estey just completely ignores her because she wants the seat. She wants to sit there. Like, it's fucking insane. Has to be on TV. Before jury selection, she asked me to handle logistics. I was given my tasks. I did them. I sat where I was told to sit. No, I just wanted to be helpful and do what I could for Karen with what resources and time I had. I go, you gave them a ride every day. You were a driver and a maid. You were not on the defense team. You wanted to help because it got you access. You're right. I wasn't on the team. Blah, 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 blah. I have followed other cases and gone to see them in person. All for the experience because I'm just weird and curious. No, because you're attention seeking and narcissistic. Karen's case was different to me. I was pissed when she wasn't found not guilty on her first trial. I was pissed. It infuriated me and set a fire up my ass. I took her trail very serious and tried to do my best even when I was a maid, driver, or anything. Nothing was beneath me to help with the stresses. She would remind me that driving the interns back and forth from Brighton and Cambridge, both of which are on the way to Dedham, saved her $5,000 a week. No, it fucking didn't. No, it didn't. He lives in Brighton. Brighton is literally on the way from Boston to Dedham. You take the Mass Pike to 95. Okay. So is Cambridge. I pitched in where I could sling what I could, what I had. I didn't tell anyone except the court officers that I was going to fix look at this, that I was going to fix the defense table's chairs because they weren't on rollers and they would get stuck to the ground. I went to the Container Store and got sliders. I went to the courthouse early one day and the court officers and I put them on the chairs. I bought and put in a fridge at David's office as well. So she just bought her way into this. Like, this is going to give you money. I mean, this is insane. I'm over the top, but I mean well. You're doing this all this for influence, though. And I go, you wouldn't have done any of this if Karen's trial wasn't televised and highly publicized. You did all of this for attention so you could be seen. It was blatantly obvious. You want to prove you're not full of shit, and this is my challenge to her. You want to prove you're not full of shit? Find a random defendant in this state whose trial is getting no publicity and help them. Give them rides places. Get them lunch. There are plenty of other defendants to choose from who won't get you any sort of fame or attention. If you're truly altruistic, then do that then. That's my challenge to her. Help somebody that doesn't get you attention. Can you do that? I don't think she's gonna. So she's full of shit. Apology not accepted. Fuck off. Next. Amy sends $10 and says, send Koherberger's ass down to Texas. The death penalty is still alive and well here. Well, they have it. It's alive in Idaho too, but took a plea. The DA literally assisted. This is nothing but the dude sends $25. The DA literally assisted in covering up the murder of John O'Keefe, yet Jen McCabe expects them to do more for her. Is she fucking nuts? Psychopath, narcissist. Yes, she is. Sheila sends $5 and goes, if you want a laugh, please check out the hilarious D&E pizza review. Even more funny, the response from D&E. I assume it's probably automated, but still hilarious. I promise you the chat will get a kick out of it. Okay, I'll give it a chance. Better be fucking funny. I'll be pissed. Yeah, it's not that funny. All right, thank you. All right, anyway, next up. Tiffany sends $100 and says, hi, Dr. Turtleboy. I really enjoyed your conversation with Andrea Burkhart. I'm so excited for Alan Jackson to appear on your channel. Free Turtleboy. Well, thank you, Tiffany, and I am as well. Abby sends $50 and says, this guy has a good theory on the John O'Keefe murder. Check out his TikTok at Jared Morell. Free Turtleboy. Thank you. Yes. I don't do theories, but thank you for the $50. Asserin Fish sends $5 and goes, teacher, use the word congenital in a sentence. Kate Peter, I have congenital herpes. Okay. Oki Meg O'Neill sends $25 goes, Dr. Turtle, I adore you and your fervent enthusiasm for what is right. You and your children are my thoughts and prayers daily. I'm sending you positivity and strength as you continue to pursue justice and fight for basic rights for everyone. Thanks for all you do. Free Turtle Boy. Well, thank you very much, Okie Meg. Maria David sends $5 and has no comment. Thank you. John sends $10, goes, the devil has... No, I already read that one. Okay, cool. Let me refresh that. Okay. Dr. Nurse sends $25, goes, it does not require a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority keen on setting brush fires of freedom in the minds of men. Samuel Adams. Keep standing up for your truth. You know, if Samuel Adams was alive today, they'd arrest him for witness intimidation. So there's that. Tracy sends $10, goes, have you seen Auntie Deb's reading of her apology? Yes, I did see it today. And she, spoiler alert, 53 mentions of I and me. Yes, that wasn't the apology he read. It was actually another post that she made afterwards. It's just fucking insane. Absolutely insane. And yes, Auntie Deb did have a good one today. So, all right, cool. Yeah. So let me just see, we have any cash apps here. Angelique sends $5 and says, cheering you on from Twin Falls, Idaho. Free Turtle Boy. Thank you, Angelique. And I sent Altman a message and asking for some screenshots. She must be sleeping. Carrie Ann Callahan sends $10, goes, imagine taking advice from this piece of shit mom. Exactly. Thank you. I think you're talking about, which one are we talking about? 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗃 or 𝗵𝗏𝗏? They're both pieces of shit. Julie sends $10, goes, normal moms just covering up for cop killers. Don't you love when that happens? Tasha sends $10 and says, I emailed you about a potential O'Keefe connection. Okay, thanks. Emily sends $5 and says, Krusty calling Meredith a bigger psycho than Estey on Twitter is wild. Look in the mirror, Krusty. Yeah, you know, she's just doing that because that's what's called recruitment. She's trying to recruit Estey now. She's trying to like get involved. This is all she can do because she's anything I do, she has to respond to. And so if I call out Estey for something, she's got to immediately jump in and be like, Estey, I'll save you. I'll side with you. It's called recruitment. I don't think Estey would ever go to the dark side like that, but you know, I've seen crazier. We'll see. Okay. All right. So anyway, cool. Anybody else we got here? Let's see. Any other turtle chats? Laura sends $25 and goes, I'm a little behind, but is it normal for Memorial website to list evidence against the person they are blaming? It's a good point. Good point. But anyway, I guess that's about it. All right, cool. Anyone else got anything to say before I call it a night? I just wanted to go over that hilarious press release. I thought that was funny. Okay. Alrighty then. We will call it a night then. But anyway, I love all you fine people. Brian Koherberger is a murderer, and Karen Reed is free, and your boy's next. All right. So, you know, you guys be good. Peace to your bum crease and brush your teeth.
It calls for data including calendars, alerts, reminders, notes, text messages, pictures, or videos from April 1st, 2023 through and including October 5th, 2023. 7 months